Hi guys, this is George from Pageant Empress. This is the episode 2 podcast of our YouTube series that we have been starting since last week, and it was getting really successful. So I thought let's invite an international guest. So we have all the way from Toronto, Canada, Mr. Staffan, who is the Canadian National Director for Manhunt International and Mr. International. So good morning to you, sir.
Good morning. How are you? Or
I'm
should I,
good.
or
Thanks
should
for
I say
waking up
good,
early and like looking
or
all
should I
fresh.
say, or should I say good night to you?
Yeah, this for me would be good night. It's at 8 p.m., like 8 half, almost
Yeah.
8 half. But
Okay.
I like that we have such a different time zone. But you look fresh. You look all ready after the gym session.
I am already awake from 4 a.m. I get up at 4 a.m. every day.
What
I
do you do
guess.
that early? That's really early.
Well, when you have to work and you work for one of those prestige designer houses, you
Right.
have to train your candidates at the same time and everything. You have to find time for yourself. And when I wake
Yes.
up at that time, it's for me to catch up on current affairs so I know how to prepare the guys for international competition. For me to go to the gym on the days when I don't have the candidates to train, because when we're training, we're doing a full day. We
Yeah.
do physical preparation and then pageantry preparation. And then after, I have to go to work.
Wow.
Yeah. So
You
I
seem to
always have
have
a
a
full
full
day.
schedule. Yeah.
Yeah.
So you said that you like to be up to date with the current affairs, right? And a lot of the you do the preparation for male pageantry. So tell me about your candidates, your Canadian candidates for Manhunt International and Miss International.
Okay. So for Mr. International, I am not doing Mr. International this year. I've given up that
Oh,
franchise on,
okay.
well, I wouldn't say unfortunately,
Mm.
because I'm this kind of person. I am straightforward. I know it's going to ruffle a lot of feathers,
Yeah.
but frankly, this is who I am. I don't feel that I got value for money from Mr.
Mm.
International last year. And
Okay.
given the fact of the controversy between both Mr. International, this one
Yeah.
claiming, that one are claiming, right? Um, I don't feel I got value for money. And I feel my candidate wasn't treated the way he was supposed to be treated by the
Mm.
organization and then by social media. So I passed it over to somebody else. I recommended somebody else to take over that mantle this year. So they will be the person responsible to send the delegate to Mr. International. So I'm no longer working with
Right.
Mr. International, the Thai version. However,
Mhm.
I am not saying no to Mr. International, the Philippines version. So that
So
is,
we might see another Canadian candidate in the Filipino Miss International, maybe. Fingers crossed.
I
Maybe.
can't say much about it, but maybe. Let's
Okay.
put it at that for
Maybe.
now. Maybe. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
What about the Manhunt International, which you still have the franchise? About
Yeah.
your Canadian delegate, can you talk a little bit about it?
Yeah. So for Manhunt, I have two Manhunt franchises.
Mm.
So I have Manhunt Canada, which I already selected the delegate who will compete in the first half of next year in your beautiful country, Thailand. I think the final is going to be in Bangkok this time around. So
Yes.
he is Lucas Barr. He's 21 years old and he's a runway model. He's also an up and coming fashion designer. And he's a bullied actor too, because he has done some stuff in acting. So he was chosen back maybe around 2 weeks ago. So now he's going through the preparation stages. And then I also own, because I'm a Jamaican at heart and I always wanted to do something back for my country. So I own Manhunt International Jamaica now. And it's gonna be 21 years since Jamaica last competed at Manhunt. So it's quite
That's
a
all.
task doing that aspect of it. And for Manhunt Jamaica this year, I decided not to have a national competition because when a country has been out for so long
Yeah.
from an international stage, it takes some time for you to get a team together. It takes some time for you to get the designers, to get everybody together. So I decided that to go the easier route this time around and invite the best male models from across the island, the best
Okay.
male models from Canada and the United States who are of Jamaican parentage, because you must have, sorry, a Jamaican passport. So if you're a
Oh,
Jamaican of Jamaican parentage or your grandparents were Jamaicans, you will be entitled to receive a Jamaican passport. So you must have a Jamaican passport based on the rules of Manhunt International. So I've done that and I've narrowed down the guys. And yesterday I made the selection for Manhunt Jamaica. So I have chosen Manhunt Jamaica, but it will not be announced until later this month after we have done the official photo shoot.
Wow, that is exciting. So you have already shortlisted the Jamaican candidate for Man International then,
He
right?
has
From
already,
all
he
the
has
handsome guys out there. Yeah.
yeah, he has already been chosen.
Okay,
The
that's
public just
exciting.
the public just doesn't know about it yet because we're planning to do a kind of spectacular announcement where he'll be announced on television and in the papers
Wow.
before the world finds out who he is.
That's exciting. Yeah, because we know that Jamaica is known for sports, athletics, right? In Olympics, like there's so many incredible Jamaica athletes, and also Miss World, Tony Ann Singh, the most
Yeah.
recent Jamaican to win the prestigious title. So I
Yeah.
think Jamaica. So I was surprised to not see Mr. Jamaica at the male pageantry. It's not that common we see them.
The problem I find with Jamaica in male pageantry, and this is pageant organizers I'm speaking to now because I know a lot of them are watching or will be
Yeah.
watching. You have to understand how the island works.
Mm.
The island are developing countries. They don't
Mm.
have the money. You can't charge the island the same license fees as you would charge, let's say, I'm just going to throw some names out there now, like a Philippines, a Venezuela, a Colombia,
Pageant country.
those countries who
Yeah.
are pageant countries.
Yes.
The stigmas surrounding male pageantry when it comes on to Jamaica or the Caribbean in general, the English speaking Caribbean,
Right.
it's very difficult to get guys to want to enter the competition and to get corporate Jamaicas plus Caribbean countries to, you know, invest money in male pageantry. Even for from a Jamaican perspective, Miss Jamaica World right now is struggling. Miss
Mm.
Jamaica Universe right now is struggling because
Right.
corporate Jamaica is not investing in pageantry like they used to do in the 90s. Despite we have won four official Miss World titles, but it's actually five.
Oh, is it five?
It
I thought it
is
was
five.
four.
So
Okay.
I think it was 1983 or 80 something. It was in the
Hold on.
80s.
Is she the one who made Bob Marley? Let me double check. Miss World
No, that
1973.
was 1976.
Oh, sorry. 73 is okay, the winner is from.
So there is Joan Crawford. There's Carol Joan
Oh
Crawford.
yes.
That was the first
Yeah.
one. Then there's Cindy Breakspear.
Archery from the United States was dethroned, and the second runner from Jamaica, her name is Patsy Yun. I guess
Patsy
she's
Ewan.
Chinese, Jamaican
Yes.
Chinese.
Yeah.
She assumed the title.
Yeah.
The Okay, that's interesting. I
And
didn't know about.
I
I had to
really,
Google it.
this is one thing that has bothered me for a certain amount of years, right? And I'm happy I get this platform to say it. And I would really love for the Jamaican organization to approach the Miss World organization, because I know
Mhm.
they're very good friends with Julia, to
Yes.
really recognize her as Miss World for that year because she did carry out the duties. She did perform the official Miss World duty for that year. She should have been recognized. Even now that you could do, like they did for Vanessa Williams, like how Miss America forgave all the
Yeah.
things and they invite Vanessa Williams. I believe the Miss World organization should invite this woman there, give her what is due to her so Jamaica can have their fifth Miss World title. Because if I believe if you perform the duties of that person, you are the Miss World. Look at what happened in the USA the other day when Miss USA resigned. It was only a
Yes.
couple of weeks before the new Miss Universe, Miss USA was announced, sorry.
Yeah. Yeah.
And they awarded her the title. So I believe it should happen for Jamaica. But
Yeah. Mhm. I'm with you. I was just going to say that she looks beautiful. I'm guessing she's the one with the white swimsuit, right? It says
the white
Jamaica.
swimsuit, yes.
Yeah, she's beautiful. So if she took the responsibility, I think she should have the title,
Yeah, I
right? Like
think
it's kind of given. Yeah. If she's
I
doing the job, she should get the crown and the title, even if it's been like what so many decades since she took on the responsibility. I think she deserves it.
yeah. But based on what you had asked in terms of the males itself, we have competed twice at Mr. World,
Okay.
96 and 98. And both times we're in the top five.
Oh, that's fantastic. Okay.
Yeah.
96. I'm just kind of checking. This
Yeah.
is Richard. Richard Nevers
Richard
was
Nevers was 96, and then Kinta Thelwell was 98, who I
right.
competed alongside for the title of Mr. Jamaica World.
So did you compete with the nationals too? Is that Mr. Jamaica?
I did. I did compete for Mr. Jamaica, yes.
So 98, if you said you competed with the
90,
second guy,
yeah,
right?
98 I competed, and I competed for Manhunt in 2000.
How was that experience? Tell me about that too, because I know you're a national actor, but you also do have a pageant experience competing as a contestant.
The experience at Mr. Jamaica World, or was called Mr. Jamaica Gent then, because the stigmas and stuff. They didn't want to affiliate the name
Oh,
World,
okay.
sorry, with the guys. So it was
Mm.
called Mr. Jamaica Gent, but the winner actually went to Mr. World. And it was a fantastic experience because I end up in that competition by accident. Actually, I was just
Wow.
coming from, because then I was in university.
Uh-huh.
I was at the gym. I was doing track and field back then because I thought I could run. And this lady saw me and she said, "You have a beautiful personality, and I think you have an amazing body. There is this competition, and I
Okay.
think you should enter this competition." I'm like, "No, this is not for me. I don't think so." Because Jamaica is like this. There is the upper class and there's
Okay.
a lower class.
Oh, there's a
There is,
classified.
yeah,
Uh-huh.
there is the city and there's the
Mm.
country areas. So I am from the country area. And
Right.
the country girls at that point in time is always playing second fiddle to the girls from the city for the title of Miss Jamaica World, because Miss Jamaica World was the most prestigious title at that point in time. And she's like, "No, just give it a chance." And this girl,
Okay.
at that point in time, I really did not know who she was,
All right.
despite I was following
Pageantries.
no, I was following pageantry since 1991, because my first pageant I saw was Miss
Uh-huh.
Universe 1991, the one that Lupita Jones won from
From
Mexico.
Mexico. Yeah, I know exactly what you're talking about. Lupita, I think, let me double check her last name. 91, right? He said.
91,
The,
yes.
yeah, Lupita Jones. Last name is
Yes,
Jones.
that is correct. That was the first one I watched, because Jamaica did very well in that competition. Her name was Kimberly Mays. I think she was in the top five.
Let me double check.
Yeah,
Jamaica from 90. Yes, Kimberly Mays.
Kimberly
She
Mays.
placed, I think she's top five. Let me double check.
She was top five. I think she was top five.
91, right? Top six, sorry. Top
Top
six. Yeah.
six. Yeah, she was
So
top
basically,
six.
find that. Yeah.
And I remember my sister, who is now passed away, she was obsessed with Kimberly Mays. She was like, "Oh my God, she's so beautiful, her hair, her everything." She was obsessed with her. And that's how I actually got into, watching pageantry. But back to what I was saying before. So the lady who approached me about the competition, her name I think her name is Mickey Swaby. And she was second runner-up to Lisa Hanna at Miss World in 1993. Sorry, at Miss Jamaica World in 1993.
93. Okay.
Yeah. And I'm like, no. So I decided that I was gonna do it. After all, I'm like, it's a summer, it's an activity for me to do. It's a
Right.
chance for me to leave the country and go to the city to, to try and live the city life and to be glamorous and to be everything. So I
Yeah.
went. I signed up. They called me, and I was in Kingston because basically it was like for an entire week of activities. I met all the
Mm.
guys. There was only two guys from the country, me and one other guy from the country.
Wow.
All the other guys were Kingstonians and they were university graduates, and everybody was amazing. And I remember the night before, and this is how my whole male pageant, experience of wanting to be a director started. The night before, I knew I had no chance of winning the overall title, but I'm like, I'm going to give it my best because this is what I'm here for. And I had a dream that, one day I'm in this space and I'm being a director where I'm coaching these guys for a competition. I didn't know what the competition was or anything. And the Saturday when we had our pre-judging, because the finals was a Sunday, and we were pooled with the girls, in order to get the publicity, in order to get the people to come
Yeah.
out.
Yeah. Like promotion. Yeah.
The promotion, yeah. And I remember it was like 5 minutes to meet all of these people, all these judges who were former Miss Jamaicas, and everybody was so beautiful. And Lisa Hanna was on the panel, and it was the first time I'm actually getting a chance to meet an actual Miss World in person.
All right.
And I was like blown away. And then I remember the fifth person I had to deal with, and you get 2 minutes, and they're throwing a matter of like 8 questions at you in 2 minutes. So
That
you
is
can
short
imagine,
period of time.
yeah,
Yeah.
you can imagine you answering 8 questions in 2 minutes. And I remember the same lady who saw me say, "See, I told you you could have done it." And she said, "How are they treating you?" And I'm like, "They're treating me amazing." She's like, "I'm not even going to question you a lot because I know you've been through a lot today,
Yeah.
but just enjoy the experience, just enjoy the moment." And I'm like, "I'm enjoying the experience, I'm enjoying the moment." And then she's like, "Why did you want to do this?" And I said, because you told me to, and I, kind of had some belief in myself. And I said, but last night I had this dream that I was a director for a male pageant. And she's like, what male pageant? I'm like, I don't know. I just had a dream that I wanted to be a director. And she's like, well, if you dream about that, maybe someday will happen and you should try, to go after it to make it happen. And so said, so done. In 2020, when everybody wanted things to do, I became a national director in the pandemic in 2020. I don't know how it happened. I
Oh
just get up
wow,
one day and I'm like, this is the moment, this is the time, and I'm going to just do it.
that's fantastic. That's such a nice story. It's kind of like a going from being a contestant yourself. You experienced that journey, right? You joined the national competition, you experienced it, you learned about the behind the scenes, and now you're coaching male contestants for Manhunt International. I think that's a really good story. I
It
didn't know you
is-
actually competed in a beauty pageant prior to being a national director. Yeah.
I did. I believe that, most people who are directors at some point in time should compete in a competition because when you compete in a competition, you know exactly what your delegate goes through, whether it's male or female, at an international competition. You're better able to prepare them in the way in which they should be prepared for this international competition. So if they said to you, oh, I have sleepless night. I have bags underneath my eyes.
Yeah.
You know the little secret for the bags. You
Yeah.
know what to use to get the swimsuit from riding up. You know what to
Yeah.
put on the bottom of the shoes to keep you from sliding on certain stage. So you understand. So when the girl or guy says, listen, I am going through this, I feel this, you can relate to it because you have been through it.
Right.
Yeah.
I think that's a really nice tip, especially because I'm not going to name names, but I know there are some countries who have national dialect, especially in the Miss Universe contest. I feel like nowadays she's the owner is kind of throwing out like the license, and it's just anyone is catching it regardless the background. I feel like there needs to be background check regarding the national directors. I don't know if you agree or disagree with me, but especially since there's a lot of controversies happening, especially for the Miss Universe national pageant recently.
Oh,
So there needs to be, I feel like, yeah, I feel like instead of giving to the highest bidder, like, whoever throws a lot of money, they should give it to the person who has at least has some kind of experience, whether coaching or competing in the national and international pageants.
yeah.
How do you feel about that? Because it's
It's one of those, it's funny you mentioned that, but it's one of those things that, I find really, I don't know what the right word to use, but I'm going to put it this way. And this is my opinion.
okay.
It's
Go
not
on.
the opinion of Pageant Empress, it's my opinion, right?
Okay. Yeah.
I believe that Miss Universe and the current owners,
Mm.
they're not treating the competition like Miss Universe. They're treating it like, it's a bank
Yeah.
and you just need to put money in. You don't care where the money is coming from, you just want this money to invest. Miss Universe was to me this symbol, this icon that has lost, I believe, has lost everything about what Miss Universe meant to us. Even in the Trump era, Miss Universe was losing it, but it still maintained that iconic statue.
Yeah.
First, it's about who has the money.
Hmm.
Second, it's about everybody. The name Miss Universe. Miss means to me an admired woman. Beautiful, flawless, elegant, graceful. I,
Bachelorette.
I don't believe my grandmother should be on stage at 78 that she's trying to be Miss Universe. I don't believe that's supposed to be her thing. Miss Universe is supposed to be for a young girl who wants to use this platform to catapult her into something that she wants to do with her career.
Hmm.
It should be this platform that, Miss Universe travels, whether it's Operation Smile, whether it was back in the day when they used to do HIV AIDS
Yeah.
awareness, that kind of stuff. It should be that. I can't imagine a world where I live in where Miss Universe will be walking around with a baby on the breast, the husband in the background. No. Miss Universe need to go back, and I'm hoping and praying that with Osmel Sosa being there, one of my idols, that Osmel will bring Miss Universe back to what it is. I love Kunan for whatever she's trying to do, but she has to understand Miss Universe is not JK. Miss
Yeah.
Universe is a symbol. But this year, there is way too many countries.
I was going to ask you that question Because
Okay.
this year they're actually trying to beat Miss World. I think you know Miss World has over 100 contestants. How do you feel about having 130? Okay, they have said that. We're not sure we'll get actually 130, but
Yeah.
around 130, let's say, which is quite insane, don't you think? I feel like each girl will not get a spotlight that she deserves in the prelims.
No. Like how I feel about that is the fact that we're all in this world about inclusion and the work
Yeah.
woke movement. But I would love to have what's his name? Jeff Bezos or Elon Musk money. I would love to be a rich man. But
Right.
am I gonna be rich? What are the chances I'm gonna be rich? Maybe 1 in a billion, right?
Mm.
It should be the same thing for Miss Universe. Not everybody and every country was meant to have a Miss Universe license because if you don't have the national director, one, you don't
Mm-hmm.
have the resources to do it. Two, you're not gonna choose an elegant, beautiful woman
Mm-hmm.
to represent the country. I don't think you should. Having 130 trying to beat Miss World or trying to, having them Miss Universe so and so and trying to incorporate stuff from Miss Grand International into Miss Universe. I don't think that's working for me.
Okay.
When Miss World does it, Miss World has like a top 40 leaderboard. The
Mm.
girls come down in twos. I still do not like it because you don't get to
Mm.
see the grandiose of all these beautiful gowns. You don't get to see this.
Yes.
However, Miss World has a different aesthetics when it comes on to the evening gowns. Miss Universe, we go to see the runway models. You're walking like a runway model, those beautiful gowns coming down where you're doing your passerella, everything. Having so many candidates is going to take away from the girls.
You're saying exactly what I'm thinking.
I
Yeah.
believe that it should be capped at a maximum 90. Maximum 90. And 90 is even too much.
Yeah, like similar to the 90s, right? Or the early 2000s, they had around like 90 contestants. And even then, I felt like the show was a little bit long, but I'm not complaining because I did enjoy the Trump era of Miss Universe.
Yeah, but when you look at the Trump era of Miss Universe, though, like the Trump era production
Yeah.
was it was
Insane.
amazing. They did a really
Yeah.
good job in what was it in El Salvador.
Yeah.
But however,
The
it was
recent
not
one.
it was not the Miss Universe that we are used. When you look at Miss Universe 2010, because
Hmm.
that's one of the most iconic Miss Universe
Oh,
from
yeah.
this.
Talking about 2010, was it Yendi Phillips, right? The
That
Jamaican
is,
delegate. I
yeah, that
remember
is,
her iconic
yeah,
introduction dance. It was so fluid, the way she was
it's
moving. She was
yeah,
the main character of the
yeah,
opening dance.
yeah.
Sorry to Mexico.
So I believe like I don't know what the venue is gonna be like in Mexico. And with us
Mm.
Mel being there, I believe it's gonna have some of those, iconic moments from the 60s, the 70s, and some of the Trump era into it.
Mm.
But
I
I don't know
see
what
it.
the venue is gonna be like. It's hard to
Yeah.
have so many candidates because some of the candidates are gonna get overshadowed. Remember,
Mhm.
we have this sash factor. We have Thailand, we have Philippines, we have Venezuela. USA, no matter how ugly she is, I can use that word because it's my word, or should I say,
Okay.
no matter how unfortunate looking she is, she's gonna make it anyway, right?
Because of
Because
the
I think,
clash?
yeah, there's a couple of years USA have not made it, but then when you look at countries like Jamaica, who has been trying for the longest while to win a
Mm.
Miss Universe title, they finally got it right this year.
Mm.
After a couple of years, since 2020, they have not gotten it right, but this
Mm.
year I believe they have. Those guys are gonna get overshadowed because they don't have the money that the Philippines has.
Mm.
They don't have the money or the investment that Thailand has. Because right now, Thailand to me has taken over from Venezuela.
You think?
Philippines, yeah, Thailand has definitely taken over because everything is held in Thailand. Mr.
That is
International
true,
is there.
actually. Yeah, a lot
Manhunt
of the
is there.
pageants. Yeah.
Miss Grand International is there. Everything is
Yeah.
happening there, right? So
Yeah.
they have taken over. But they are going to be strong candidates that
Mm.
you and I will love that will not
Mhm.
make it. And we're
Yeah.
only going to sit and wonder why these candidates did not make it. What happened?
Mhm.
But also, again, on the other hand, that I personally believe in, that happens, and it happens a lot in male pageantry,
Mhm.
is directors, you know, granting or being granted favors from the organization
I understand what you're saying.
for
Yeah.
your candidate to place, whether it's to host,
Hmm.
or whether it's for other things, because sometimes there are other things that happens underneath the table that we don't know about that happens in these competitions. So some of those strong delegates who have worked a year and a half, who dreamed all their life to be Miss Universe, Miss World, Mr.
Hmm.
International, Mr. Supernational, whatever the case is, never gets an opportunity. You end up as a runner-up, and you might not even make it. And there are
Right.
some of those candidates that these competition awards because you're a friend of the director, but the candidate came and behaved poorly, behaved badly, didn't care.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, just making sure YouTube is still YouTube friendly. But
Yeah.
I understand what Patty said. I think it's especially some pageants, not the big ones. Sometimes when
Yeah.
I do watch the crowning, I get a bit like question mark. Okay, this one is not a direct attack to the national contestant, but I
Mhm.
do want to quickly talk about her because it has been bothering for a while.
Yeah.
So I don't know if you know who this is. So her name is Irina Zakharova. She is the Miss Universe Armenia, but technically she's actually not Armenian. She was crowned in Moscow, Russia, by the national
I
director
heard
who is
about that.
Russian, and she's also Russian. So when you talk about, the I think it was a male pageant, right? You need to have Jamaican passport in order to
Yes.
represent that country.
Yes.
But I don't know how this works because she lives in Russia. Her background is Russian. She was crowned in Moscow, which is Russia. It has nothing to do with Armenia, which is in the Western Asia. So how do you feel about contestants like this, which doesn't really represent the home country or lives in the home country?
I have a problem with that. And it comes down to the morals of the international organization. Because if the international organization allows it, then the director will do it. For
Right.
example, like I mentioned to you that for Manhunt, I can speak
Yeah.
about this.
Yes.
Manhunt will not accept a delegate from any country
Mhm.
unless they have a passport for the
Mhm.
country in which they're representing. So you must be a citizen in some way or some format for that country you're representing. I saw this. I think I saw Rafa was the one who at first it came to light from his channel that I saw it because I watch his channel all the time when you guys are
Oh,
there.
by the way, we're going live tomorrow morning. So in case you want to see it,
I no,
I'm going live on it.
I will be up to watch it. Don't worry, I will be.
Okay,
I
okay.
don't miss it.
We talk about Cosmo mostly, but yeah, he
Yeah,
invited me to the live stream. Yeah.
yeah, I call you guys a squad.
Ah, okay.
Yeah,
You
I
can
call you
join us
guys.
if you're free. We always
Yeah,
want like people to like discuss.
I call you guys a squad. I can say this before I answer the question. I love Rafa. I
Okay.
love Naomi because Naomi says
Yeah.
it like it is.
Yeah. She's
She,
coming too tomorrow
yeah,
because
she
she's a
said it.
Cuban national actor for Miss
Yeah,
Cosmo. She's
she
actually
said
in
it.
Vietnam.
She said
Yeah.
it like it is. You has no have no filters. And the other one I love is Hector Joaquin. Hector,
Oh yeah, he's there.
amazing. I don't hate the others, but I love those ones. Too. And I think his name, no, not Ed. Ed is Panama. There's another one, Runway Pappy, I think.
Oh, Rami Puppy. Yeah.
Yeah,
He's
I love you
yeah.
guys. But for me, with this, I don't believe this woman should go to Miss Universe. First, you
Mm.
don't know anything about the country you're representing. You don't have a passport for the country.
Mm.
You are robbing somebody, a beautiful woman from that country, the opportunity to represent themselves on that Miss Universe stage. Whether you paid to get this title or however it was, I don't believe you should be there. And I believe she should be disqualified from Miss Universe.
Right.
Right?
Yeah. I mean,
It's also another there's there's also another Miss Universe candidate that I think also should not compete.
which country is it?
Um,
I can have a look.
Nigeria.
Oh, I think she's South African, right? She was in Miss South Africa
Yeah.
previously.
Because
Nigeria, Chidi. What's her name? Chidi?
yeah. Chidima?
Chidi, yeah.
Chidima.
Chidima. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's right.
I personally don't think she should be in Miss Universe. And I'm going to tell you why.
Where is it?
Whatever it is allegedly that happened with you in South Africa,
Mhm.
based on what we know, you're South African. Because if you're born in South Africa,
Mhm.
you're South African. It's alleged under whatever investigation that's happening, that's going on.
Mhm.
This investigation should have been finished first, and you have been should have been cleared before being invited to compete in Miss Nigeria.
Mhm.
When you go to Miss Nigeria, I don't believe the candidates will say, "Oh yes, we accept her and she's one of us" or whatever. But it's not true because those girls are saying that she should not be here. But in order to compete and to win the title and to get a fair judging, they
Mhm.
have to suck it up and pretend like they're okay with it. But I know deep down they're not okay with it. My
Yeah.
pick for Miss Universe Nigeria was the Akachi because she had tried
Miss
twice.
World Nigeria. Yeah, she was
She
top
has
five.
tried twice. But based on stuff that I've heard, allegedly,
Hmm.
she had some things where she said some not so pleasant things about the
Ooh,
organization, and that
that could be.
may be her
Hmm.
downfall. So if that is not settled, I wouldn't encourage her ever to enter for that title again because she was more prepared. But I don't think Chadima should be there because whatever is alleged that her mom have done for her to live in South
Yeah,
Africa or to be registered in South Africa or whatever,
something
this
to do with the
situation
national
should have
ID.
been
Yeah.
settled first because it's also going to cast a shadow on
Mhm.
her at Miss Universe and cast a shadow over Miss Universe that's already cast, right?
Yeah.
And
It's not a good look,
since we're on the
honestly. Uh-huh.
Miss Universe topic, I will say this: I don't believe a pregnant woman should compete at Miss Universe.
You know what? That's something I'm actually with you. Like, I don't really mind so much about like the older, like a little bit older, maybe like
Yeah,
early 30s. I'm okay with that. But for me, once you have a child or like someone inside you, I
yeah,
think it's actually not. It's like yeah, physically it should not be there.
it
It's
should
not
not
fair
be
to
there.
the child.
It should not be there because I think it was Guatemala.
Yeah, I think it was it Coach? One of them is pregnant, but she did resign. She
Yeah,
withdrew
because
after she got
she
pregnant.
didn't tell the organization before. But I know women because I've had sisters and I've had friends who have been pregnant.
It's Guatemala, correct? Monica, yeah.
They go
Andre
through
Aguilera.
they go through different things. And can you imagine on the day of your preliminary, you're having morning sickness, you're throwing up,
Yeah, that's a bit
right?
tricky. Yeah.
How can you go to the Miss Universe stage? You can imagine you're walking down, you're in your swimsuit, you get morning sickness, you barf on stage.
Mhm.
You're gonna overshadow the entire competition.
And also, I think it's very unfair for the child because
It
he or she
is.
did not want to do that.
Yeah.
So I think you can have it after having kid. It's okay. Like once you're fully prepared, mentally, physically, are ready to compete. That's okay. But once you have another human being inside of you, I think that you should not compete in Miss Universe.
Yeah,
Sorry, I
because
think that will offend a lot of people, but I hope they're okay with it. Yeah,
it's gonna offend a lot of people, but this is my view, right?
I'm with you on this. Yeah,
Miss
this is
Universe,
controversial. You think
Miss
we're kind of
Universe,
agreeing on the same thing? Yeah.
Miss Universe should be capped at 40. 40 should be capped right there. You can take a woman if she is divorced and have a
Mm.
child that the child is not so much
Like single
dependent
mother.
on her.
Yeah,
Pregnant woman should not be there.
I'm
And
with you.
other thing I also understand, you have to understand or respect, sorry, cultural differences,
Mm.
right? But like I go back to say, I would go back to say that I would love to be a billionaire. What are the chances I'm going to be a billionaire? No.
Yeah, it's one in a billion.
For these countries that swimsuits or women parading in swimsuit is seen as something different, I don't believe they should be in Miss Universe. The cat suit, bodysuit, whatever, sure. It can show your physique. That burkini,
Mhm.
whatever the case is, that look like a
Yeah,
potato sack. Mm-mm,
yeah, the
no.
one that covers the whole body. Are you
Yeah.
against that?
The potato
So,
sack thing,
okay,
not on
let me
Miss
ask you a
Universe stage.
question. Because I know in Miss World, since
Yeah.
Miss World has over 100 contestants, and we do have some like African countries or countries who practice a bit more conservative religions, which
Yeah.
doesn't really allow women to flaunt their bodies, right? So they can do that because they don't have swimsuit around in Miss
All
World.
right.
Do you think that for Miss Universe, they should have an equal like footing? So let's say if one girl wears a two-piece bikini, everyone should follow it, like a protocol, like uniform.
Yeah.
Do you think it's fair?
I think what should happen is that if your country, are based on your religious beliefs or practices, the
Yeah.
woman should not be seen in a certain way.
Hmm.
You're gonna invite these persons to be a part of your organization. Have
Mm-hmm.
one standard practice
Hmm.
that everybody can do. So get rid of
Right.
the swimsuit if it's gonna offend some people,
Like Miss
right?
World did. Yeah.
Yeah,
Hmm.
like Miss World do. I don't have an issue with the hijab and all that kind of stuff because you can still see
Right.
the
Like
face, you
modest
can still
fashion.
see the
Yeah.
yeah, you can still see the silhouette of whatever. But
Mhm.
as long as you can see the silhouette of the person's body, because
Mhm.
how are you gonna judge or how can you judge a girl who's gonna show up on stage in a one piece? This is also for
Yeah.
Miss Cosmo, also for the other pageants who are thinking about
Right.
it. Miss World, Miss Universe, Miss Grand. Well, Miss Grand will never do that anyway.
Yeah, it's happening like in this month, like end of this month. I don't see not allowing
No,
anyone to
no
wear
one's not gonna, no one's not
pantsuit.
gonna do that. No.
Yeah.
But the thing is that for me, as long as you can see the silhouette, it's fine. If it's
Right.
gonna be an issue, either you don't invite these countries to be a part of it, or you get
Mhm.
rid of the swimsuit altogether and have an equal playing field, because it's hard to judge a girl in a one piece, a
Mhm.
girl in a two-piece
Bikini.
bikini,
Yeah.
and somebody who is fully clothed. You won't be able to
Yeah.
see because it's
Yeah.
a
That's
beauty
why
pageant.
I always think like how they judging, especially swimsuit round, right? The
Yeah,
gown I get it because everyone has to look beautiful and like fully like
yeah.
dressed up gowns. That I get it. Like I'm always thinking the moment they introduce like modest fashion, which is covering up even for swimsuit, I was thinking how is it fair for a girl who let's say does like workout, go to the gym, like wakes up like you at 4 a.m. in the morning and does like morning routine for maybe 5 years to prepare for the Miss Universe competition. Is it fair for that woman to compete against someone who is fully covered up for swimsuit run?
No, for me, it's not. It is not,
Yeah.
because the thing is that once you get a national title,
Hmm.
whether it's be male or female,
Yeah.
it's the responsibility of the delegate. It's the
Hmm.
responsibility of the organization to get this girl prepared. And I don't feel that I should get up and probably go to KFC or Burger King or Wendy's and eat whatever I want to eat, because I have the disadvantage of wearing a burkini, while
Mm.
these other girls have to, eat a baby carrot if you're
Have a
hungry, maybe
diet. Yeah.
as
Strict diet.
yeah,
Yeah.
maybe a cube of cheese if you feel like you're gonna faint or something like that,
Yeah.
in
Yeah.
order for you to look good for that particular day. While somebody's
Yeah.
can eat whatever they want because my entire body is covered up. No,
Yeah.
it's called a beauty pageant for a reason, and it's taking into consideration your
Mhm.
overall beauty, physical beauty, internal beauty, everything you're looking forward for in that particular moment. So I don't think it's fair.
Yeah. No, I was kind of thinking that back in my head, but like a lot of people didn't say it because obviously they think, it's quite negative. But I was always thinking like, how is that fair for girls fully like dressed up, for swimsuit too at least. Like gowns, I don't really care. Like gowns are okay because fashion. But like for swimsuit, and also sometimes the swimsuit design is so different. Let's say like some girls might get like a one piece
Yeah,
swimsuit, right? Like 90s style. And some will get like really like see almost like you could see the whole body like it's
right.
bikini. So how are they judging, and is it fair? That's what I was always kind of like in the back of my head. So I just wanted to talk to you about this.
I
Yeah,
don't. I personally don't. I personally do not think it's fair. Right? It's an enclave. Un. Sorry. I personally don't
unfair.
believe it's fair. It's not a level playing field for everybody. And if you're
Mhm.
competing in an international competition, it should be a level playing field for everybody. Because for me, when a delegate applies to one of my casting,
Mhm.
based on what you put out on social media, I already form an opinion of who you are. When I invite you to a one-on-one interview, because I interview them individually before
Okay.
inviting you to the main final casting,
Mhm.
the interview may change my perception of what your social media is, because sometimes you might need guidance as to how to handle your social media when you're going for a national title.
Yeah.
But when you come and the opinion that I form of you based on your social media, your in-person interview, you're not going to make it to the next round. It's the
Mhm.
same thing that happens at Miss Universe or Miss
Yeah.
World.
Yeah.
If you are not willing to put the work in to be on equal playing field with other girls,
Mhm.
I don't think you should be there. And it's not a matter of if you have a medical condition, that's different. But if you don't have a medical condition, I don't see any way that you can get up, whatever time of the day, night, whatever it is, to go put the work in. You put the sash across your chest,
Yeah.
Canada, Jamaica, whatever the case is.
Mhm.
You are a symbol of that country.
Yes, you're an ambassador of that
Yeah.
country. Yeah.
Young girls, young boys, older women is looking up
Mhm.
to you as an ambassador for that country.
Yeah.
Carry yourself as an ambassador. I'm just coming from the gym. And inside my gym, there's a lady, I think she might be 85 or 86 years old.
Okay.
And she's there doing the fast class. And fast
Oh
class
wow.
is like a boot camp. And she
Yeah.
comes every morning. She looks beautiful, right? She doesn't have ailment. I know she must have ailments, the elbows, whatever.
Yeah.
But she wants to look good. She wants to live a healthy life. But when you are Miss Universe, Miss World, whatever the case, you should always practice what the organization wants of you. So I don't
Mhm.
believe that there's any excuses for anything.
I'm with you. Yeah, I think you should just be the best you could because you're representing the country. Okay, let's move on to a different pageant. I feel like we're talking a lot about Miss Universe
Yeah.
for like 40 minutes. let's talk about Cosmo, which is actually happening as we are speaking. They're
Yeah,
having the proving competition, which is kind of strange because they changed the venue. I don't know if you know it. See, the original venue for the preliminary competition, which they have changed it into the jury session, which is a very strange way of saying it.
yeah.
So they actually changed the name of preliminary competition 2 days ago. So they're calling it jury selection or jury session, even though it is preliminary competition technically. Like they have swimsuit, they have
Yeah.
gowns and introductions, and like basically Miss Universe preliminary competition. So yeah, the original stage was actually big, massive, but unfortunately, due to some technical issues, let's say, it broke down. Like it literally broke
Ooh.
when the girls rehearsals. Like it from the sky, like some of the element, like props, it literally fell. So it was quite tragic, actually. I will
Oh
show
my
you the
God.
pictures after this.
Yeah.
But yeah, due to that, they had to change the venue. So when we watch the stage, if it looks a bit small, it's because they had to change it last minute, about 2 days ago. This happened about 2 days ago. So what do you think of Cosmo? Because I wanted to know, it's a new pageant. A lot of people are talking about it. A lot of people actually messaged me to promote this pageant too. But I want to know from you, because you're also looking at it, right, from a new lens,
Yeah.
from a new perspective. So what do you
For
think
me,
of it?
for me, it only came across. Like I said, I get a lot of stuff like coming up on YouTube in the mornings when I'm in
Yeah,
the gym and I'm on the treadmill or stairmaster,
recommendation.
look at different things.
Yeah.
But a lot of stuff that I see comes from Rafa. I see a lot of stuff from his channels, right? And I saw it flash up and I'm like, okay, I heard another blogger was saying something about it, but
Mm.
based on how they were saying it, it was like they were making a mockery of the competition because to that blogger, the only pageant that matters is Miss Universe, nothing
Okay.
else. So everything
Right.
else is like mediocre to them. So I look at
Mm.
it and I'm like, okay, let me see. But when I see the prize money that they're offering,
It's a lot.
it's a lot of prize money.
Yeah.
When I see the star power that they have invited, I'm like,
Mhm.
it's a lot
Now
of
I'm
money.
interested. Did you see the
Right.
lineup? The jury, they have Paula Sugar,
Yes.
Hanaz, so many like incredible people are part of the
So
jury.
many incredible people. Yeah. So I'm like, how are they gonna pull this off? I'm interested to see how they're gonna pull it off. I
Yeah.
have looked at a couple of the candidates
Yeah. The
and
website, did you look at the website? I sent you.
yeah, I looked at that one and then I did a quick glance over at a blogger who I normally follow too, who was doing
Okay.
different stuff.
Okay.
And I think Puerto Rico is one of my favorites.
Oh, we have to look at Puerto Rico.
Yeah.
Let me see the
I
delegates.
don't know I don't know what their selection standard is because this is their first year, if I'm correct, that you're doing this
Yeah.
pageant.
Yeah, absolutely
So
right. Yes.
I don't know what their mold is because every pageant organization has
Mhm.
a particular mold, with the exception of Miss World.
Yeah, Miss Ford is very diverse. I don't know how she does
Yeah,
the judging or the judges. So this is Miss Puerto Rico, right? Her name
that's Miss
is
Puerto Rico.
Uh, Kilian Rodriguez, she's 22, 5'8". She's a model. That's
Yeah,
what the profile says. Yeah. So
like
why do you
her,
like her? What do you like about her?
she she has this classic beauty about her.
Hmm.
I like her face. I like her styling. I like the way in which she speaks. Right, and Puerto Rico is one of those competitions that once you get, or Puerto Ricans actually from Puerto Rico, once they get into that top five, it's
Hmm.
hard to get them out.
I'm with you. Do you know that the reigning Miss Global, which was held, sorry, in Cambodia, and no one really expected Puerto Rico to
Yeah,
win because there were a lot of like like a lot of, let's say, big fan following from Asian countries in the top five, but Puerto Rico was the only one who actually answered the question. Not only was she fluent in English, but she
yeah,
was able to be graceful and carry herself with so much poise, and she won.
yeah.
So I feel like Puerto Rico is a dark horse when it comes to
Puerto
pageantry.
Rico,
They always
Puerto Rico,
win.
Puerto Rico is
Yeah,
a that is that girl for me this year. But like I said, I
yeah.
have to follow a little bit closer to see what their
Yes.
mold
We
is
will,
because
we'll look at the evening gown after
yeah,
this.
yeah. Because the thing is that looking at the platform, looking at the girls in itself and the
Mhm.
lineup of persons who are there, are
Mm.
they gonna be choosing a girl that fits the former Miss Universe kind of mold since Paula is on the judging panel?
Mhm.
Or are they gonna be choosing somebody who looks totally different because they are trying to promote? Because if you
Right.
notice, in some of the competition, Miss Grand International has a specific mold that they stay within. It's
Hmm.
hard for them to move out of that mold.
Divert away from two different type of girl, right? Yeah, you can
Exactly.
tell. You know, when you're looking at the contestants, you know which one is Miss Grand contestant just by the physique and the way she
Yeah,
looks and how she like present herself, whether it's talking or like not even talking, like shouting. Like you know
yeah,
how they introduce themselves. You can tell when a
you can
Miss
tell.
Grand contestant just
Yeah,
walks to the room and how she talks to people. But I feel it's quite difficult nowadays in other pageants to have
yeah,
that signature style.
yeah. Because that's what I am interested in. And I think there's another candidate. I don't think there's another one that I quickly glance across
Okay,
their bio
let me
who
go.
competed at Miss International as well.
Oh, that's from the Philippines. I know who you're talking about.
Yeah,
Atisa, she's a runner-up at the Miss International with PH. This one, yeah, she is 27, 177, and she is a businesswoman. She is actually the number two at the moment in fan voting. So Tanzania from Africa is actually the number one in
yeah.
the popular choice. So she is number two, and we will look at it. But I heard she had some accident or like she had some tragic injury during rehearsal. So she was actually wearing slippers for the rehearsals. I was looking at a video like just before talking to you. So let's see how she performs because she had some leg injury. Her ankle had some issues. Yeah. So hopefully she's okay because that's a big
Yeah,
concern for me.
hopefully she's okay because like there are countries you can't sleep on in pageantry. I don't know if it's a sash factor aspect of it or these
Mm.
girls are just deliberately good in terms of the preparation.
I
Because
think that
Philippines, you can't sleep on the
Philippines,
Philippines.
even if they have like one leg is like not working, she will
Yeah,
make sure she will perform on
she
the stage.
she will
Yeah.
she will make sure it's working. And the other thing that as you mentioned the Philippines, I'll put this in.
Yeah.
I would love for Canada to get to this stage
Mm.
that the Philippines is at when it comes on to female pageantry.
Mm.
Because allegedly, and I'm saying allegedly, I know, but I don't want to be sued or you to get
Okay.
sued.
Yeah, just
Um,
allegedly. Okay.
so
Just
let's
to be
say it
safe.
again. Yeah,
Yeah.
allegedly. When they choose this girl, not Miss Universe Canada, the other organization, you know who you are.
Mm.
When they choose these girls, they're left on their own for these 6, 8 months or however to find sponsors, to find venues, to train themselves. I had to
Mm.
actually help one of those candidates before at my venue that I train at, right?
Mm.
And if the main team of this organization is Filipino, why can't they copy the Filipino model?
Oh, is it? So, okay, so
Yes.
it's not a Philippine-based pageant, but the
No,
national dance is
it's a
Filipino.
Canadian based pageant, but the
Okay,
group is owned by Filipinos.
that's strange. Why not just go to Manila? It's a lot cheaper, and like the trainers are really good. Like Empire Studio, who owns Miss Universe Philippines, they have a lot of like different camps. You know, in the Philippines, they have like so many, like
Yeah,
hundreds of people
so
there to help you. Yeah.
so many camps. You have all these international franchises,
Ah,
but yet still,
that's true.
the last time
Yeah.
One of those Canadian girls plays,
Huh.
I might be
Was
wrong, but
Rwanda.
I will think it's that girl who went to Miss Universe in the Philippines.
Oh, I
Uh,
think. Well, if you say the name, people know
oh,
pageant or
shoot.
whatever. Just don't
Um,
say it because she's quite
what?
famous. I know exactly what you're talking about.
Yeah,
I know who she's talking about.
I
She has
think
a
she
YouTube
was
channel. Yeah.
I think she was the last one from that organization. Not when she competed at as Miss Universe, because she
The
came from
one
a
before
different
that.
organization
Yeah,
before
I
to
know
that.
what you're talking about.
Yeah,
Yes, I know exactly
yeah.
what you're talking about.
They need to get it together. Honestly,
Yeah.
they need to get it together. They have good candidates, but the
Mm.
candidates are underprepared. And if you have a Filipino-based thing, join with the Filipinos. I know the money's not here. Canada doesn't
Yeah.
care about whatever the case is. They don't care if you win Miss Universe, Miss World, whatever. They don't care, right? Because
Yeah.
nothing matters to us here unless it's something that we as Canadian wants to highlight or showcase or want to put a voice to so somebody can see your face. We don't care. But get it together. I'm begging you, get it together. Right?
Yes,
Back
especially
to
if
me.
you are coming back. So let's now watch the evening gown. They've actually already started the gowns, which is
Yeah.
good because I wanted to see the gowns. So I'll just play the video. I will have to mute it due to copyright issues. I don't
Yeah,
want to
copyright
like
issues. Yeah.
music is a bit. So this is actually happening live. So I'm just gonna like scroll through the gown. Is there any contestant you want to see, or do you want to see all of them? Because they have about 30 something contestants, right? Let me double check how many goes there.
Okay. So I'm gonna pick the powerhouses.
They're gonna
I
pick
want
this
to
person.
yeah,
Who do you want to see?
I want to see Philippines if we're already there.
Well, I have to go a bit forward. Hold
Okay,
on.
so let's go back to
Uh,
the top.
so they've just started. Well, they haven't started now. They started an hour ago, like when we started the the recording. Oh, by
Yeah,
the way, I had a question about this. The host is a Miss International. She is also Filipina.
yeah.
Kyle Versosa. She is former Miss International, the international title holder. So, how do you feel about having an international title holder hosting Miss Cosmo? I feel like they're bringing like all the best, like Miss Universe and like Miss International, like kind of like a all star. It feels like an all star season. They all grabbing all the different international organization, and also Miss Supranational director
Yeah.
Roald. I forgot his last name. He's also there. The German guy. He's there.
Yeah, I think it's good. I think it's a good thing to bring together, the former title holders or title holders from different competition to show some form of unity. Because there are
Right.
some competitions who like, oh, you can't crown another girl when I'm having my show. It should be this one only and that one only. I don't see an issue with it. You have your top five and you award the titles. There's no runner up, there's no second place, there's no this. Award the titles
Mhm.
on that night because that organization may not have the money. So
Yeah.
seeing this, I think it's good. And based on what I'm also seeing, is the fact that they have taken the best of Miss World, the best of
Mm-hmm.
Miss Universe, the best of Miss Grand International,
They
and
merged it.
fuse it
Yeah.
into one competition.
Yeah. Okay, this is my first time seeing this stage. So tell me what do you think of it too, like when we are looking at the girls.
Yeah,
By the way, I heard the first girl is good. My friend just texted me, so I want to see the first one. So
yeah.
okay. So what do you think of the stage so far? The
I like
production.
this. I like the stage. The stage is nice.
It is actually quite good. And
Yeah,
thinking once again, this is the second option alternative stage. It's not the original one that they prepared. It looks really good. Like I
it
like
looks
the
really good.
staging.
I like this.
Yeah.
I like this girl though, because this girl is well trained. Oh,
Okay, let's see which country this is. It's with the A.
Albania.
Oh, Armenia. Oh, we were just talking about Miss Universe Armenia like a moment ago. Why not Armenian girls like this? Local,
Thank you.
girls to
Thank
represent
you.
here. Look, she's stunning. Isn't Kim K from Armenia? Like half Armenian, if I'm not wrong. Kim
I think so.
Kardashian.
Yeah, that family. I
Yeah,
think they're Armenian. Yes.
yeah. So, do you like this? What do you think of her performance? Like, I love the gown, by the way.
Her performance was good. I like her execution of her turns.
Yeah, and also the gown matches the background. I was just looking at the colors. The color scheme matches, like some blue, but like royal blue, is quite rich color.
It's quite a
She's
bit.
stunning. Mm.
The gown is very risque though.
Yeah, have to be very careful. But like you said, she's doing a really good job of
She's
actually,
doing a really,
controlling
really
the
good job.
show. Yeah,
Especially
yeah.
her turns when she turns with the train itself. She's
Mhm.
she's very aware of where her foot placement is.
I like it. Yeah, I think you know what? Maybe Armenia will be in top, just to
Yeah.
prove a point that they should pick more local girls
And her
for
face is
international.
beautiful. Her face is gorgeous.
Stunning. I
Yeah.
like it. Okay, you know, that's a good first impression because she's the first one to start off the show. So let's see if anyone else is good. Do you want to see most of them, or should we skip Australia?
Let's
So
let's keep let's keep
okay,
Australia. I don't
let's
like the
skip
gown.
Australia.
Yeah,
I mean,
no, the
she's
gown is
pretty,
ugly.
but yeah,
Yeah, the
it's
gown is ugly.
okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Next up, we skip. Who's this? Is this? Okay, I don't know which country this is. Bangladesh. She's okay. It's kind of similar to Shanice, Miss Universe. Remember her
Yeah, it's
gown,
the thing is,
except the train is different color. Yeah.
this is my thing with a lot of gowns. We need to stop this too much nude illusion. Give us something.
Hmm. Oh, it's
Give us
Bangladesh.
something.
Yeah.
Give us something with color. There's too much of this nude illusion and the what you call this? The It's not the train.
Mesh. Oh,
Yeah,
it's a cape. It's
the
almost a cape.
yeah, the
Yeah.
see-through cape. Give us some
Yeah. I
grand.
know. The Miss Grand has it every year. They're always like
Too much.
flicking it through in the air. Yeah.
Why can't we get like what's his name? This
Which one?
what's his name? There's this Filipino designer that's based in Dubai.
Oh, Michael. What's his last name? I know
Michael
exactly
Cinco.
who.
Why
Michael
can't we get
Singer.
some? Yeah, why can't we get some dramatic stuff like Michael Cinco does all these dramatic gowns? I'm tired of seeing the capes that look like a veil. I want to see something else.
Right. Let me just put his. I know who you're talking about. Okay. He also made the farewell gown for Pia Watts back. Do you remember the blue one she
Oh,
wore?
that gown was stunning.
this one. Let me show you. Can you see it on the screen?
Yeah,
The blue
I
one,
remember.
made by
I
him.
remember that blue gown.
Yeah, it's beautiful. He has made a lot of the Miss Universe contestants gowns too. And
Yeah.
yeah, like you said, it's big. His gowns are not small. It's quite
No.
dramatic. Can you see the shape? The silhouette is insane.
But
It's his gown.
the thing is
Yeah.
that if you remember, when it comes on to gown, one of my
Mm.
favorite standout gowns of all time is from Miss World. I think it was Evian Sarkos, Miss World 2012.
One sec. No, it's 2011 for
11.
Venezuela, right? The
Venezuela, yeah.
pink gown. I know. Yep, yep.
And then
This one. I'll show you.
there is also another one. I think this gown was designed by Carolina Herrera. He's also another Venezuelan as well.
It's big. Hold on. Let me just show you the first one you talked about. This one, right? The pink one.
That one.
The pink one. It's yeah, it's big. Even just to sit down, it looks quite hard to walk in. But yeah,
Quite
it's
hard to walk
beautiful.
in. The next one is also Venezuelan too. I think this was designed by Carolina Herrera to show you how much I have been following female pageantry for a long
Can you
time.
give me the year? So I'll just choose.
Um,
Miss World, right? You said?
1995, Jacqueline Aguilera, I think that's her name is. The
Okay.
moment she
Oh,
walks on
yes,
stage,
yes,
the
yes.
moment she
Okay, I know
walks
who does
on
that.
stage,
Mhm.
you know that's Miss World.
Yep. Okay, let me just show you this. I want to get a good quality picture. I know exactly what you're talking about. The
Yeah,
pink gown, right? Fuchsia pink. Yeah.
yeah, it's a fuchsia pink.
Yep. Let me get a good picture. Because from the 90s, quality
Yeah,
is not that great. But I'll try to get a good one.
yeah,
Maybe this one. Is it this one?
that
I
gown.
believe it's the right. Yeah, it's beautiful. The
Yeah,
train. I know we said we should not have too much train, but this train is beautiful.
this
How it
train,
is like. Mhm.
this train is beautiful. Like it's beautiful. Like Osmel knew what he was doing.
Oh
I
yes,
know.
I think he was
I knew-
the person who chose the styling, right?
Yeah,
He's the one responsible to getting all this Miss Universe, Miss World crowns for his country. Yeah,
yeah.
just standing it looks iconic, just like that, with the crown and the
With the
sash. I feel like
yeah.
everything complements from her skin tone. Everything looks good, and I think
Every,
that's what's missing nowadays. Is that everyone wants to look the same? It feels, especially
everybody
when
wants
you. Yeah, sorry, go on.
everybody wants to look the same. Everybody wants to wear the high illusion impact nude thing, and then everybody
Yeah,
looks the same. And what happened to beautiful curls? Why everybody needs to have straight hair? Straight
yeah.
hair doesn't work for everybody.
Mm. I think also when you talked about signature style, right?
Yeah,
That's the reason why you talked about Miss Grand because Miss Grand has a very one look which doesn't fit all, but they
no,
try to fit in the mold, which is obviously look as like glamorous as possible, put a lot of like jewels and sequins and all the like, embellishment in the
yeah.
gown to make sure it looks good. But yeah, like I would like to see a bit more uniqueness. Like who are you as a person in a gown?
That's what I would like to see, and I hope that Miss Cosmo can provide that because since they are the competition up now, that they can
Mhm.
provide that, right? Because what made us fell in love with pageant is these beautiful women, the beautiful gown. Look at this one. I like no,
So I
no,
think this one.
yeah, no. We can skip her, honestly.
Oh, okay. I think you wanted to see this one. Oh, this one is big.
Yeah, let's
Hold
see
on.
this.
Okay, yeah, we're doing a rapid fire. Okay, so like we're not watching everyone's gown,
Yeah,
guys. If you're wondering. Okay, there's a review, but let's see if it's worth all this. It's okay. What do you think? Not my
no,
favorite.
no.
I think it'd be better inside.
It's
It's,
basic. I've seen it before.
oh,
I've
it's
seen,
Brazil.
I've seen
Yeah,
that before.
Brazil has done a lot better. They recently won Miss Grand, and she had a cape. Like she had this like a veil, not a cape. Sorry, I don't know if you saw it, but like she had like this, and she unveiled it for the prelim. It was beautiful.
Yeah,
Isabella Mendez.
yeah.
Cambodia.
Isabella thing was good. Yes, that one I liked
Yeah.
too. I think there's also a girl from Mexico the other day who did. I think it's Miss Grand Mexico,
Oh yes. No, it was Miss Universe Mexico. I
Miss
think
Universe
one
Mexico.
of the
Yeah,
girls did. Yeah,
her
did a cape.
her reveal was really good.
She's okay. By the way, Cambodia is a fan favorite. She's leading the voting.
Yeah.
So, what do you think of Cambodia?
Is this Cambodia?
Yes, this one on the screen.
I love her face, but I don't like the gown. The gown
You know, like,
looks poor to me. Yeah, no. Coming from an Asian, the gown looks poor.
Yeah, I think the fit could be a bit better. I feel it's not complimenting her because, like you
No,
said, like Asia has the resources. We can get, as like, let's say within a month, an incredible gown made, ready for, shipping. So I think the gown is a bit safe, right?
yeah,
What do you think?
the gown is safe, and this is one thing I would say to well, we don't get that opportunity in male pageantry because
Mm.
it's always black and white, or the competition like Mr.
Right?
Global or Tourism World will ask you to do blue.
Yeah.
But the girls should have an understanding, have at least two gowns for
Mm.
preliminary. And the background of this is blue. Her dress is blue. It's gonna wash her out. She's not
Mm.
gonna stand out, and the dress is not that flattering anyway.
I'm with you. I feel like Cambodia could do much better. I mean,
Yeah,
she's a pretty
yeah.
girl, but
She's a pretty
it's
girl,
not.
but I think she could do much better.
Yeah. Oh, your country. Like, we have to see this one since you're Canadian. So this is Miss Canada. What do you think of her performance?
What's her name?
She's wearing red. Her name is. It's going to pop up on the screen. Her name is. There we go. Dominique.
Okay, let me.
Duquette. Dominique Duquette. What do you think of your home
She's French.
country?
She's French.
I think that's French, right? The last name
Yeah,
sounds
the
French.
last name she's French. Yeah, maybe she's from Montreal or maybe New Brunswick.
Do you like the performance on the gown? She's wearing the classic gown we just talked about, see-through, very plunging
Can I
neckline, high
can you
slit,
go back?
everything.
Can you go back there? I just want to see how she walks down.
Sure, sure, sure. Let me just go
Then
on
I will know who her trainer is. If I see the walk, I will know who her trainer is. I don't know if this is an Akash gown. I hope.
Do you think you know the designer for this gown?
I don't think it's. I don't think this is an Akash gown though, because Akash. This doesn't look like their aesthetics.
So do you think maybe she imported from Asia? Because there are a
Yeah,
lot of designers like Southeast Asia who
this
collaborate
looks.
with.
This looks like an imported gown from Asia.
It's possible. I think she's doing pretty good. I mean,
She,
red,
the red.
classic red for
Okay,
Canada.
here is my issue with Canada and this red, right? And I know you're all gonna hate me. You can kick me out of the country for all you care. I don't care.
What is it?
We need to get out of the Canadian colors. If the
You mean the black
gown,
colors?
if the gown is
Uh-huh.
not red, Canadian doesn't seem to like it. If the national costume doesn't have a maple leaf on it, they don't seem to like it. We gotta remember we're the most multicultural country in the world. There's every culture that here, and we infuse everything into whatever we send overseas. I don't like this. The gown looks good, but I don't like the color. It could be something else.
I know what you're trying to say. Yeah, because when you see, let's say, 10 Canadian girls in
Yeah,
whatever pageant it is, let's say Miss Universe, Miss Grand, Miss World, if all of them wear red, kind of looks. Is there no other color options in a country? I feel like it would be nice to see maybe some, I don't know, like pink, like fuchsia we just talked
there's
about,
something.
like
Yeah,
Venezuela was red. Yeah,
if you
something
know,
different.
like last year, I think it was Eula Sherbank. Her name is Miss Grand last year. She wore a blue gown. That gown was stunning.
Canadian, Miss
Yeah,
Canada.
Miss Grand last year.
Let me double check. Yeah, Yulia.
Yeah,
Her gown is. Let me see. She wore a blue gown.
yeah,
Yeah,
that gown was stunning. Even
just
though
gonna
I believe, her frame was so small for that gown, but that gown was stunning. That was a stunning gown.
the blue one, right? Yeah,
Yeah, that
that's
gown.
right.
Yeah, and that's
Yeah, it looks
something.
great.
That's something different. But unfortunately, Canadians didn't like it because it wasn't red.
Oh, really? I didn't know
Yeah,
like Canadians didn't like. I mean, it kind of makes sense that it's blue because true
yeah.
north, you're quite cold. You have a lot of snow, and it looks like a
It
cold climate to have an evening gown. Yeah.
exactly. And the thing is also the interpretation of these gowns, how the designers will interpret it or whatever. Canadian doesn't see it that way because if it's not the maple leaf, it's not nothing to them. That's just my opinion. And you all can
Right.
hate me if you want, but I don't care.
Yeah. Okay, let's move to the next one.
Yeah.
So we're gonna
Yeah,
skip
but
through the next
but
one.
for
I
Miss
feel.
Cosmo Canada, I don't like the gown. I'm sorry.
You don't like the color. Okay.
I like
Oh,
this
again.
style of
Okay,
the
we get
gown.
it.
I don't like the color.
Mhm. You don't like the color. Yeah.
No.
Oh, sorry. Let me share the screen. So there
Yeah.
was one who literally just did a review. Okay, this one. I don't know who she is though, but I was. Let's see the name afterwards. So okay, she was Canada, right? Who's after Canada on the list? So her name is Chile, Cosmo Chile. So she's going for the signature gold or yellow with a cape. Oh, there we go. We just talked about it. So what do you
Yeah.
think of the big fabric throwing to the
Okay.
floor?
The the silhouette of the gown I like. I like the design choices, and
Yeah.
it kind of pops. You could see her against the blue screen.
Hmm.
Yeah, I
I
like it,
like
but
it. Color.
I
Mhm.
like her. I like her face, but I still don't like this.
Doing this, like you think it's too
Yeah,
much. Over the top.
we have seen too much of that.
Yeah.
Everybody
I mean,
understand wants to be dramatic, but you can be dramatic without like an old school Hollywood train or something. I don't like this.
mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah. Also, I was watching this morning. If it's funny, you said it. I think it was put through page. It's one of the Indonesian pageant page posted all the Miss Grand contestant like fighting for spotlight, doing that. And they're like a group of five ladies on a line. They all had the same exact gown in different colors.
Yeah,
So I was
no.
like, oh, no. It's funny, but like yeah, but on her in Miss Chile, she looks good, right? The color
Yeah,
looks
no,
great on
she
her.
looks
I
good.
think.
I like the color on her. And yellow is one of my favorite colors too, so I won't be biased to her.
Yeah. So she looks good, Chile.
Yeah.
Good job. Who's this?
Ooh.
Is she? Oh, it's an interesting look. She has a short hair, not a typical
She has a
pageant
strong
hair.
hair. Yeah.
I
Ooh.
think she is African. Let me double check.
Yeah, she
She
is.
is
She is.
Cote. Okay, it's Ivory
Cote
Coast.
d'Ivoire?
Cote
Cote
d'Ivoire.
d'Ivoire?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you like it? What do you think? Very interesting gown.
It's very
Not a
interesting. Yeah.
typical pageant gown. Uh, and also, I really like that she is going for natural look. Like
I like
usually go for like big
I,
wigs or like big hair.
for
Yeah.
some strange reason though, I like the gown choice on her against her skin tone. It looks good with that hair.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's almost like very natural, like nature-wise. I don't know if you just because she's from Africa, but like the color scheme is giving like really warm tone, like
Exactly.
Sahara,
Exactly.
like desert. I don't know. It's just me thinking that because she's representing like African country, but I like it. It's kind of true to who she is without
Yeah.
trying to blend
I
into.
yeah, I definitely like this girl. Honestly, I do. And you know who she reminds me of when she was walking? Miss Grand Angola last year.
Yeah, I see it. She was in top 10. Yeah, and she
Yeah.
also has short hair. So I'm
She-
liking that girls are not going for the typical like long hair, like flowy hair. I like that she's going for more like natural aesthetics,
and
which is
we have never
uh
seen a girl with a, whether a black girl with colored hair in a pageant before.
oh yeah. It's funny you
It's the
mention that.
first.
I've seen short hair, but I haven't
I,
seen like
I've
blonde or
never
like
seen yeah, I've never seen a colored hair.
wow.
Yeah.
You know what? She
That's the
might place in
first.
top 10, the semifinals
I
now.
hope she makes it.
Yeah. See,
Just
we
for this
normally talk about the
just for
pageant
this
country.
reason to showcase to other girls around the world who have short hair and want to be unique and different, that the pageant
Mhm.
community will accept you no matter how you are. Because sometimes we do send girls to these international competition, but the look doesn't transform with the market in which they're competing in.
Right. But since this is the first edition, we don't know what they're looking for.
Exactly, and
They
that's why I
might
say
crown her for all we know. So it's quite unexpected since this is the first edition. It's like, and also a funny thing, Ivory Coast is actually quite good in terms of pageantry. Miss
yeah,
World, second runner-up, second
yeah.
princess, was from Ivory Coast.
They have been doing really really good at Miss. They have been doing really good at Miss World since they started.
And they're very supportive of their contestant. I don't know if you saw it, like the government, the local government was giving them sponsorship, whether it's outfits, the flight ticket to Puerto Rico for Miss World. So they support the girls really well.
Yeah.
So it could be a good pageant country for the future, Ivory
It could
Coast.
it could because a lot of things a lot of governments don't know is that
Mm.
pageantry and supporting your queens, it's
Hmm.
like investing in tourism for your country.
Yeah.
Because when I used to watch Miss World back, way way back, and I
Hmm.
hear like some countries, name of some countries, I'm like, oh, where is this country? And it drives me to go. That time you have to look on the map, to
Yeah.
see, right? And it's the same thing now. You can Google it, you can see whatever you're like, oh, this place has a beautiful beach, it has this beautiful landscape, historic buildings. I want to go here on vacation. Governments, I believe, minus the politics, should invest some money in their beauty queens because they are tourism ambassadors for your country.
That is true. Yeah, I'm with you on this. And also, like, funny you said that because I'm a geography nerd. I love geography, and like, I had no idea which country this was until Miss World. But I
Yeah.
happened in Puerto Rico, and I was like, "Oh, is this an African country?" Because the name it sounds like Is it French? It doesn't sound
It's
like a
French.
typical African name. So,
It's French
like,
because I don't know how they pronounce it because before I know it as Cote d'Ivoire, but now they
okay,
consider themselves as the Ivory Coast. No, the Ivory
yeah,
Coast before, and now they are Cote d'Ivoire. So I
they
don't know.
changed it. Yeah,
Yeah,
so like I thought it was Ivory Coast, but like they changed it to French name. So like I don't know where this is. Is this in like near France or like it's in Africa? But like yeah, I really love to see new countries like this in
yeah,
pageantry. It
it is.
excites me
It is.
because it's not the typical pageant countries that we always see, like getting like 10 crowns every
No.
year. So it's quite nice to see like refreshing to see like new countries popping up.
And
Anyway,
that's
that's
what.
next one.
And that's one thing I have to compliment. We can skip to the other one. That's one thing I have to compliment Mr. Supernational on this year is the fact that they stepped outside the mold.
Right.
They stepped
She's
outside.
beautiful.
They
Mhm.
stepped outside the mold. Not for the female, because the female still within the mold for the guys.
Indonesia, you talk about, right? Yeah.
No, no. Indonesia still falls, well, it's questionable. Indonesia still falls in the mold of what Miss Supernational likes. But
Mhm.
then again, on the other hand, certain things about Supernational to me is questionable.
Oh, you mean South Africa winning Mr. Supranational is breaking the beauty standard?
It's
You
breaking
mean
beauty
that?
standard because South Africa
Yeah.
is the first, or Mr. Supernational is the first black title holder, like truly
Oh yeah.
black title holder.
Yeah. It's funny you say that because Miss T, Lalela from South
Yeah,
Africa,
from
same
South
country,
Africa. Yeah,
she was the first black woman to win Miss Supranational.
to win Miss
So it's a
Supernational. Yeah,
legacy country. Yeah.
yeah, it is.
But I'm really happy you talked about it because I like to see more of that. When you talk about inclusion, we are
I
talking
want,
about
I want to,
representation.
I want to
Mhm.
see that inclusion, right? And I've been pushing for it. I've been pushing for it. I've been pushing for it, and
Yeah.
it finally happened this year. Because, like, when you see you have an audition, whether it's for a male, because I've attended a couple of female auditions as well. The
Mhm.
darker girls, they don't want to enter because they're like, I don't look like a Miss Canada. I don't look like a Miss Jamaica because my hair is short, my skin is
Mm.
dark. They're not going to choose me. But if these girls feel defeated before they enter the national competition, and also the pageant bloggers I'm speaking to as well, put
Mm.
some of the darker skinned girls in your hot picks. Whether you want to
Yeah.
just feature them for mockery or whatever the case is, feature them because it does something for their mental psyche to say, okay, this person
Mm.
sees me. I
Yeah.
am not blonde. I doesn't have blue eye. I don't have long hair, but this person sees me, right? And it will
Yeah.
encourage more girls because gone are the days, and I can speak about this from a Jamaican perspective. The first black Miss Jamaica was 1976, Miss Jamaica World, the first black
Wait,
one.
when did they started joining Miss World? Was it a while ago?
Jamaica started Miss World, I think, from the inception of Miss World because the government used to run it
Wow.
before
Wow. So that's
before
51, right?
yeah.
1951.
Because we want
20 years.
Jamaica is 60 something years old this year because we gained independence from Britain in 1960. We won Miss World
Okay.
2 years after that, 63,
Wow.
right?
Let me double check. So you said okay, not the inception, but yeah, quite early. They have
Quite
joined.
quite early. And I don't, except for 1 year, Sandra Kong, when Jamaica decided they're gonna side with South
Mm.
African apartheid, and the girl said, if Miss South Africa can't compete, I will not
Mm.
compete. And she gave up her chance at competing. I think Jamaica has never missed a Miss World since then.
Yeah, but 1959 is the first year that
The first year. Yeah.
Jamaica joined, and they have been joining almost every single year, like you said.
Every,
Yeah.
because the history of Jamaica, which a lot of people don't know, because we have not won Miss Universe, people don't pay
Mm.
attention to them.
Oh
The only
yeah,
country who has more Miss World placing than Jamaica is India and Venezuela.
pageant countries. Yeah,
Yeah,
two pageant.
pageant countries at Miss World, India and Venezuela. And Jamaica is in the top four based on the amount of crowns they have won. But when you look at the amount of times that Jamaica has finished in that top 10, it's quite remarkable.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
think like Julia likes Jamaican girls because Tony Hansing is always singing. I mean, God bless her soul. I'm not a
Listen,
big fan of her singing, but she sings everywhere. She
listen,
invites Tony to every event.
listen.
Yeah, you get to go.
I don't know if it's a thing that Julia likes Jamaican girls, but the old system up
Hmm.
until I think who was um 2012, I think was Mickey's last year because Mickey Hart and James is Jamaica's version of Osmel when it comes on to Miss World.
Oh, oh, okay. I don't
because
know much about it. Okay.
1976, Cindy Breakspear was his first win. Lisa Hanna was his
Yeah.
second win. And then Tony Ann came from a different system. But
Okay.
Mickey still had some say, I think, in Tony Ann's victory, right? Because it was the girls, I think, she was Miss Jamaica World 2005. She was instrumental in getting Tony Ann to compete. But she came from Mickey's era, right? But I'm
Okay.
begging the Miss Jamaica World organization, you're all gonna hate me for this because I have to work with you at some point in time.
What do you
Jesus,
say?
please, 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 I'm begging, I'm begging, I'm begging, I'm begging. Get it together this year. Since Tony Ann, we have not placed, not even the fast track competition. Get it together this year,
Wow.
right? Because
That is shocking. Yeah.
Mickey had a system that really worked, right? Miss World has changed,
Mm.
but incorporate some of Mickey's system
Hmm.
into your system with the new changes of Miss World. And I'm begging the Jamaican government, the Prime Minister, I'm begging you, whoever is going to be next year, because we have an election coming up,
Okay.
it's about time Jamaica hosts a Miss World or even Miss Universe. It will do
That'll
a
be great
it will
for
do a
the
lot
tourism.
for the tourism.
Mm-hmm.
And I know Jamaicans are going to complain that, oh, we're poor, we're this, we're whatever. We should be paying millions of dollars to host Miss World. But think about the benefits that we'll get from it. Think about the roads being fixed that everybody wants to be fixed because you're going to have these nice paved roads and everything. Think about it.
Right.
Think about the legacy that Miss World has done. You look at what Miss World did for Sun City and
Oh yeah.
Sunny and all
South
of it.
Africa. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we can do it. We can do it. But so much about them. But I'm begging you guys this year, please get it together because male pageantry is something that I'm very passionate about. But I'm passionate
Hmm.
about female pageantry because it's what I first know,
Hmm.
right? And I have a love for Venezuela. I have a love for Philippines. I have a love for Dominican Republic. I have a love for Colombia. And as we were talking about guns before, Colombia is the other one. Get rid of that silhouette at Miss World. Get rid of it. Colombia, get rid of that silhouette. Let's see if that
Even the
silhouette is the
gown.
yeah.
Yeah, it's the same. It's all the same color too, silver.
Yeah, let's get rid of it this year and see if it will work. Right? Get
Let's
rid of
see.
it this.
I feel like they're playing it too safe. Remember, like I just talked about, like I don't like when girls like have this same style of gown, like for
Yeah,
10 years almost.
yeah.
So
Get rid of
Colombia hasn't changed the style since like
get rid
TLC.
get rid of it. Get rid of it, please. Colombia, get rid of it.
Okay,
And
so we're gonna talk about Cosmo now. Dominican
Mexico, get rid
Republic.
of Mexico is the other country. Get rid of the red dress. Well, I guess when they wear red, they win. Get rid of
We're
it.
not gonna see that happening. It's happening in Mexico. This I don't. I think we'll be there for at least this
Who,
year. Red
who's it?
gown.
Who's the director now? Because that girl who was trying to erase Lupita's legacy
Changed
was
it.
fired.
It changed Lupita, so let me double check. It's a different person. So the national director from Mexico is one moment. National director. Here's Lupita, the previous Miss Universe. They
Yeah.
change it to okay. Cynthia
No,
Del.
she was
Yeah.
fired. She was
Oh, she
fired.
fired. Yeah,
Yeah.
the new one then. Hold on, let me double check.
I personally believe she was trying to erase Lupita's legacy.
Oh, okay. I don't know who the next one is. I'm trying to see in Google. Okay, the new. It's a different one, right?
It's
Okay, I
a different
cannot
one
find
because
it.
I think Cynthia got axed. I think.
Oh, okay. I don't
Yeah.
know who's the new one then.
So
Uh,
maybe Rahul has not appointed anybody yet.
yeah, because the Miss Universe Facebook, they still have Cynthia's photo as the national actor.
Okay.
Anyway,
Yeah.
moving forward
Not
to
to
Cosmo
discuss.
now. You talked about Dominican Republic, so being one of your favorite. Let's talk about Miss Dominican Republic.
Yeah.
What do you think of her performance?
Who's the director for Dominican Republic? Alejandra or Magali? I don't know.
I maybe Magali because I know she has for Miss Universe.
If it's Magali, it's something spectacular because Magali is like Houdini. She knows how to work that magic.
Hmm. Okay, that's very neat illusion, but it looks good on her.
It
Like the
looks it
dripping.
looks good on her because if you look at it, it's nude illusion, but there's what's that like frills on the sleeves or
Yes, like this part, it's like water dripping down
like
hands.
water dripping down. So it's different. I like this.
Yeah, it reminds me of La Leila Maswane, the Miss
Like
Supernatural. Her gown was like this, but in like
in a pink fuchsia.
pink fuchsia, like but a bit darker fuchsia.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I like
It's
this gown.
almost the same style, but this is another country I'm always fascinated by, Dominican Republic. They always send strong contestant to any pageantry, and it's not a big place. It's a
Oh
tiny island. Yeah,
no, because the thing is that Dominican Republic, I think her name is Magali.
yeah.
She's good. She's good. She knows what she's doing. And these girls, like you know, when it comes on to femininity, or
Hmm.
they know how to get it right. Honestly, they know how to get it right. Doesn't matter because when you look at what's her name, Andreana Martinez. That's her name.
Yeah. Well, hold on,
Yeah.
Andrea. Yeah. Miss Universe Dominican Republic, right? From 2022, I think it was the
Yeah.
one USA one, right?
Yeah.
I
USA.
think yeah. Adriana Martinez, correct.
Yeah.
Yeah,
She had a dramatic transformation.
she's beautiful. A lot of people loved her. Like I really liked her too, uh, and she's stunning, by the way.
She
Yeah,
is.
like the transformation is insane. If you
Yeah.
see her in the nationals and when she went to the competition, it's like two different people. So
Yeah.
when
She no, she is. Andrina is really, really, really good. Like the transformation, and that's all Magali. Yeah, that's all Magali.
gorgeous. And
Yeah.
also, one thing I noticed is I don't know if it's the DNA they have because I know they have like, quite a lot of mixed people in Dominican Republic, but they always send tall contestant. Like I
Yeah.
know, Andriana is like 6 foot, she's quite tall. 6 foot, yeah. So I don't know if it's the genetics working for them, but they have good skin, good face, good height, body. Everything's kind of
So-
working. Everything's working.
something is working for them. I don't know what it is. I don't know if it's Magali, whatever the case is, it's the DNA of the country, but something is working for them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Another country that I'm always looking at when I'm looking at like the contestant because I know they send quality contestant to international pageants. So yeah, I think she will be do pretty good. So good
Yeah.
job to Miss Dominican Republic.
Yeah. No, I like her gown. I like her gown.
Hmm. Okay, we're skipping this one. Okay, sorry to say
Yeah.
it. I think it's
It's okay.
Egypt. Bye bye Egypt. We're going to the next one. This one, it's kind of like
Oh
oh,
God.
she almost slipped. Did you see? Wait, which country is this? Ooh.
Girl, practice how
I
to
feel like
walk in
this is
those gowns.
yeah, like I feel like this is a ripoff. Okay, I feel like a lot of which country this is. Let me double check, but I feel like this is a ripoff. I've seen this gown in Miss Grand before.
Yeah.
Mexico, she won best evening gown. This is exactly the same style, same color. So I feel unless it's the same designer, it looks like ripoff. Oh, it's El Salvador, the country that hosted Miss Universe.
Yeah.
Yeah,
She
not a
look,
fan.
I'm not a fan of the dress. I am not. And
I
why?
mean, she's pretty,
This is
but
this is my
yeah,
question. Since I don't know who started it, the nude
okay.
illusion with this
Mm,
heavy cover up, like just a
mm.
piece of fabric that's there. Who started it? Is it the Philippines? Because the Philippines always
No,
start certain
uh,
trends and then everybody
I
picks it up.
think it was Mexico. Okay, I'll show you the picture and tell me this does not look like same gown. Okay, because this one won best evening gown in Miss Grand 2022. So this one. Tell me this doesn't
Yeah,
look like the same
it's the
gown.
same silhouette. It's the same. Well, the cape look the same too.
Yeah, the color too, and the
Yeah,
color is
the
like
color's same.
I saw it. I was like, wait, did this Mexican all wear this like 3 years ago,
Yeah,
back in Miss Grand? Yeah, it's almost the same style. I think she started this because after this, I noticed almost everyone had like puffy, like the cape with a bit of puffiness. So
yeah.
maybe it was her. So okay, we didn't like it, right? So we're
No,
moving to the next
no.
one then. Sorry, El Salvador. We're going to the
Yeah,
next
no.
one. Oh, she's pretty. Is this
Yeah,
England? She's really fair. She looks like the Hollywood
yeah,
actress. I
yeah.
think she's English.
She looks like England, red hair.
Yeah. By
It's
the
not.
way, if you notice, I'm actually English. Like I
Yeah.
grew up in the UK, so I might be a bit biased with this
I
one.
can tell. I can tell you grew up in the UK because your pronunciations, it's very British.
Thank you.
Yeah,
Yeah, but I think she's English. It's just the color, right? Like the hair color is kind of giving me like English rose. Pretty, but it's a very safe look. I think the dress could be better because
yeah,
every year, like same as you, when I see English girls in international pageant, they always go for like this style of evening gown, which is simple.
Yeah. Can we hold a second? I really need to.
Yeah, yeah. What I was saying was England. I love her, by the way. She's beautiful, classic Hollywood actress look. I think the gown could be a little bit more because we have great culture. I feel like the
Yeah,
gown is a bit too big for English rose. Yeah.
yeah. Or the British would say the frocks could look a little bit different.
Yes, the dress is a bit too. I don't know,
It's a
like
good,
too
it's
simple.
nice. It could add something. There's something that I think could be added to the bottom. I think maybe it could be a little bit longer.
That's it. I think it's the length, and
Yeah,
also
the
it's a
length
bit
of it, I
sheer
don't know.
for me. Personally, I'm not a big fan of like too much skin for gowns, and it's also quite sheer. So I feel like maybe something like the top part is pretty. I like
The
the
upper
bodice.
is the upper is pretty, and you remember I was talking about the styling of the hair before. Her hair is long, but it's not straight. It's not that flat press that everybody is doing.
Yes. Yeah. It has like volume, a bit of a texture to it.
Yeah,
So okay, England pretty, but I think she should change the gown.
yeah.
So we're going to. I think this is France. Let me double check.
Oh, who? France?
France. France. France.
And
How do you
looks
say
like
it?
that.
Yeah, the gown is not that good. I don't know why
Is-
French girls never
Isn't,
have good gowns.
but that's what I was about to say. Isn't France supposed to be the fashion capital of the world? What is
It
this?
is the fashion capital. I've
But
been
what
to
is
France
this?
like twice, and these people, even on the street, they are like so stylish. They always wear like dress to impress, even if it's like high street, going to the high street. But this
Yeah.
gown is not it. I don't know if she's from Miss France organization, but the gown is not it.
No, no, I
Maybe
don't even
she's
want to see.
pretty, but the gown is
I don't even want to
so
see. I don't even want to see her because it's an embarrassment to the French designers. Like, get off the stage, girl. No, sorry.
This one
That's
is
hard to say.
nice.
This is
Which
nice.
country is this? Yeah, I like the sleeve.
It's
Yeah,
another
and the
African
fit is so
country.
nice. The body is hugging to the tightly to the body. You can see the shape. The hair is nice. Okay, what comes after F? She is, I think, G. Is it Ghana?
This is an African country.
Let's see what country this is. I think it's Ghana, but let's double check.
Yeah, it
Yes,
looks like.
Ghana. So
Yeah,
what do you think of Miss Ghana?
I really like it. I like.
And I actually interviewed Miss Grand United States, who's actually from the Ghana, Abina Apia. I don't know
Yeah,
if you know her.
yeah, yeah.
uh, Abina, I interviewed her, and she has been training a lot of the Ghanaian girls now for Miss Grand International. She's
That's
also the national director for Miss Grand Ghana. So, like every time I see Ghana, I think of her because she's
no.
regal, majestic. Yeah,
I love why I love this. I love the silhouette of the gown, right?
yeah,
And I also love the styling of the hair because it's a typical African hairstyle, which
right.
we don't see a lot of.
Like like big hair up. Yeah,
Like the big hair, like it's big.
I like it. Like I said previously, like I like to see when girls are
And then
representing their culture.
if you notice how like figure hugging the gown is too, and then whatever
Yes,
she has on her sleeve here just gives make it a
I think
better
the shoulder
silhouette.
pads are lifting it up. Yeah,
This the shoulder pads or whatever makes a better silhouette. I
it's
like it.
really nice. Yeah, I think no, Ghana, right? Yeah, I think Ghana will make it to the semifinals.
I think
This is
she
a
should.
great. Yeah, even the way she's walking, presentation is very like a queen, right? Like
Yeah.
she knows what she's doing. She's confident. She's graceful. I like it, and she's not like rushing to get to the microphone. Like some of the girls I noticed are like running to get there. She's taking her moment, so I like it.
I like the transition in the face movements.
Hmm.
Like when she's coming down, a different transition. Like I'm happy, I'm sexy, I'm flirting with you. You can have me. That kind of. I like that in her face transition.
Yeah, I like that she's just giving us a range of expressions, not just smiling, right? Like if you just have one look, it looks a bit awkward for about 30 seconds. Just one smile, it's a bit awkward, which happens a lot
Yeah.
in like local pageants. Yeah, it's a bit awkward. But Ghana, great. Okay, we're going past Ghana now. Who's next? Another nice gown, but let's
Isn't
see.
this Shani's gown? That looks exactly like Shani's gown as she won at Miss Universe in.
Oh, yeah, it's like Shanice's gown. That was like I saw this gown previously.
Yeah.
So it's okay. Not my favorite.
No, it's safe. No, it's a safe. It's a safe
Uh,
gown. No.
yeah, skip, skip, skip. Uh, she's pretty, but no.
No.
Grease, skip. So we have to keep a lot of girls now.
Yeah.
We're trying to get all the nice ones.
Yeah.
Again, it's kind of like pageant gown. I think she's pretty though. This one, I think it's Italy.
It's
This
pretty,
one.
but we hold on.
Oh, sorry, it's
Uh,
Guatemala, not Italy. Sorry. Yeah. We're skipping Guatemala.
I don't like the hair. The
Yeah,
hair
the
doesn't
previous
look
one,
that
right?
long to me right now.
Yeah, it's a bit messy. I think it needs
Yeah.
to be polished. Like this girl has polished hair. Yeah. What country is this? Guinea. So that's in Africa. She's okay. Not my
No,
favorite.
I don't know. Not one of my
Yeah.
favorites. And I don't
We're
like
doing
I
like
don't like
this.
the styling.
Oh, there we go. That's this Miss Grand. She should go to Miss Grand. This one. Did you see the way she like flipped that
Yeah.
fabric out of the hair? Yeah. What country is after Guinea? Yeah. I'm looking at the website to make
As
sure I
much
get the right.
as oh god no. As much as most people do not like Miss Grand or do not like Nawat or say Nawat is negative, but Nawat is
Hmm.
doing something right because all of these girls, even Miss Universe candidates, are copying something from Miss Grand International.
Oh, she's your neighbor. She's Guyana. Isn't Guyana near Jamaica? Guyana.
No, Ghana is South America actually.
Oh, okay, sorry. Yeah. So
It's
she's
it's
from the
kind of
Americas.
it's kind of near, but it's in South America. It's like on the tip of Venezuela.
Oh, okay. That's
Yeah,
interesting. Yeah.
it's
But
right
the
there.
gown is
Venezuela,
giving Miss
Colombia. It's right
Grand.
there. Yeah,
Yeah. I think she should try for Miss Grand next year.
yeah, I think
Very
so.
grand. Her performance. Okay, but oh, wait. I need to. Okay, there we go. Guatemala. Guatemala was in Miss Grand. This is giving me Miss Universe, the gown.
I've
Like I've
seen
seen
this
this much
gown. I've seen this
out.
gown already at Miss Supernational,
Miss
and
International.
also no Miss Supernational last year.
Also Supernational. Yeah.
I've seen the silhouette already.
She's okay. Not my favorite.
I
Pretty,
kind of like.
but what do you think?
I like girls take risks now because everybody is doing this. It's not the what do you call it? Like a three-dimensional where something comes off, like it's coming
Oh yeah,
alive.
like a structure shape to
Like
like.
a, yeah, the structural shape kind of stuff. Yeah, I like that aspect of it. But I've seen this before. Like, no, it's not a drop dead thing that I would say, okay, wow,
Yeah,
moment.
I think it's like the top part. I don't mind the top part so much. It's just the bottom part is kind of like the classic pageant gown, right? It's not
The
much
top
going.
part is splash of yeah.
Okay, pass Honduras. We're skipping Hong Kong. Hong Kong is never good in pageantry. Sorry,
Yeah.
pretty but no. What's next? Okay, India. What do you think of India? So India is sending, I think, an Asian-looking girl, which is quite rare for India to do that. Like her
Yeah.
face, it's like Philippines, not really like typical Indian. What do you think of her presentation?
It's not a typical Indian presentation.
Yeah, right. Like the way she's carrying herself, it doesn't
Yeah.
give me like
It's not a
classic Miss
typical.
India.
And I've seen better gowns from India.
Yeah, but
Because
she's pretty.
India
Go
right
on.
now has some really good designers are coming out of India. Like when it comes on to like
Hmm.
the Met Gala and stuff like that, you see some really good Indian designs coming out. Nah, I
Yeah,
don't smell.
I think the gown is maybe from like Vietnam. Actually, this is giving me like Miss Vietnam. The gown, the styling. Maybe it's from a local designer from Vietnam, but not from India. I could be wrong, but
Yeah, no, I
styling is
don't.
giving me like Vietnamese style.
Yeah, I don't love it.
I think she could do better.
Yeah, she could
I
do
mean, it's
better.
already like fur here up, like waist up. She looks nice, but the waist down and like, the fabric for me is a bit. I don't know. It's like Miss Grand again. I feel like we're talking about this on repeat about the fabrics being an issue.
Yeah, we don't
Oh,
like
I like this one.
where
Sorry, go on.
where at what point do these girls realize that listen, I'm not from a sash factor country where everybody's gonna see me.
Mm,
But however, when I get on that stage, I need to have a gown that makes the judges gasp for air.
mm-hmm.
I need to have this flawless performance that once the judges see me, they cannot resist not putting me to the next round.
Yeah,
Where are
you
those
have to be that
gowns?
good, right? You have to be a standout to place,
Yeah.
especially if
Like,
you're from a weaker country that doesn't do well in pageantry. You have to put extra hard work
you have
into
to put
making sure
extra
you
hard
stand out.
work. You have to put extra hard work into it. But if you
Yeah.
look like all the other girls, you're just gonna blend in. The straight hair, the nude illusion with the veil, you're gonna look like the same person.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Well, I know Indonesia is quite famous, and I actually like Indonesia because Indonesia is actually sending a girl who looks Indonesian to like international pageant, which is quite rare.
Ooh,
Like they
I
usually
like
send
her
like fair skin
face.
girls. So I like her skin tone. She's
I like
quite
her skin
tan,
tone. I like her face.
graceful. Like even her like the expressions, right? Like she's maintaining like different expression, emotions, and I think she would do pretty well. What do you think?
No, she will do pretty well. She will do pretty well. I like I like the gown too.
Yeah,
Gown is quite different.
like the gold is kind of it looks like a bird almost, and I
Yeah,
think she's from Bali. Like Bali is quite a famous place, right?
yeah.
Like for tourism. So maybe because of that, she speaks really good English. I've watched her interviews, and I think Indonesia could place top 10, possibly higher depending on how she answers questions. But I am quite like excited to see Indonesia Miss Cosmo.
Yeah, I'm kind of excited to see her now. Actually, I'm kind of. I wasn't paying attention to. I wasn't paying attention to her.
Yeah, like, because my friends were like telling me like George, you need to check out. I think her name is Tata. I forgot her name, but yeah, she's from Indonesia. Sorry, her. Yeah, and
She looks
and they were
good.
saying that
I like her.
she's
I'm gonna.
something special.
I'm gonna
Uh-huh.
keep a close eye on her now. Moving to the finals. Yeah, because she had a good.
And
She
even
had a.
this,
This is a good
uh,
performance, and even the hand movement, very Miss Granis, but
yes, right? Like I think that's like a traditional Indonesian dance,
yeah,
but it looks good because usually this will look a bit too much. If it's in a different gown or like different styling, it will look a bit too much. But because the gown is so simple, it's all
yeah,
about her. So I feel like it's on her spotlight is on Miss Indonesia.
yeah. It
So I
looks
think,
good. It looks good.
mm,
I like it.
okay, we like Indonesia.
Yeah.
Good job. Okay, we're skipping the one after Indonesia. Skipping this one too. There's a lot of blue gowns. Is it just me, or is I am noticing a lot of blue on this stage?
That's the other country I'm disappointed in. Italy. You have Roberta Cavalli, you have all those designers.
Yeah,
Why can't they wear some of those designer gowns?
yeah. Italy is. I mean, Italy never does good in pageantry. At least nowadays. Maybe before they did, but like nowadays, I never see Italy doing anything in like female pageant.
No, I don't like this gown. You can skip this. I don't like this gown.
So, okay, Japan is interesting. Japan is actually half black and half Japanese, and she was Miss Grand Japan, I think 2020 during the COVID time. So she's stunning. Like, can you see the presence is there? Like
Yeah,
she's
the
taking her
presence is
moment
there.
once again.
I like how you remember I was mentioning something about the old school Hollywood kind of capes.
Yeah,
Look at her cape when she turns. This is the kind of cape I want to see. I don't want to see the wedding veil.
like this, right? You're talking about
Yeah.
this. Is this ostrich feather or is this a different feather? Because look, it's a lot. It's huge. Can you like
I
look at the gravity of like how much she's pulling behind
listen,
her, not the fabric.
listen. I know it's heavy because you saw Matt's cape at Manhunt.
Oh yeah,
That thing was heavy.
they had a lot of feathers. What feather
Yeah.
was it? Which bird was that?
It's it's actually well we had to tell him it was synthetic in order to get it through customs, but it's
Right.
actually real goose feathers.
Must be expensive for that much. You had a lot
Oh
of
my god.
feathers.
Listen, the amount of security deposit I had to put down on that thing.
So for the next one, okay, obviously you don't have to say it's quite early. For the next national costume for Manhunt International, will you be making something big as that? Because you won best national costume, right? Canada.
Yeah, I went. Yeah, best haute couture. It's the first ever time they ever did the award for that. We won it.
He won. So
Yeah.
will you be maybe achieving something similar for the next round, like next competition?
Um. Well, it's already had started some ideas, but I'm leaving
Okay.
that up to Rohan James because he's the person who is doing it, and
Okay.
Rohan is known for grand stuff. So
Well,
both
okay.
both Jamaica and Canada will have something grand.
That's good. I,
Yeah.
I I like it when men also, because I feel like sometimes male pageants, contestants, they go for like simple. They always go for like tux or something like very old school, but not exciting. It's kind of like, man, like these like 30 guys and like 28 of them will wear the same exact style of
No.
suit.
The first year I did it, it was very simple because I didn't know
Right.
exactly what they wanted. But after seeing what those guys did, I'm like, when I said to
Mhm.
Rowan, "Oh, we want
Mhm.
something sexy, something with volume, something that when you walk into the room,
Mhm.
you see it." He did a couple of stuff, had a couple of stuff. We tried a couple of stuff, and I'm like, the suit aspect of it is fine, but we need something else. And like, okay, I
Right.
have this in mind, whatever, and we did it. And the moment
Mm.
Matt came out, I'm like, okay, that's the winning look. We don't want anything else. Just make this the way
Right.
we want it to fix. Yeah.
It was good. I really liked it. Like I said previously, in male pageantry, when I see like same style outfits, I'm like, okay, like it doesn't excite me. But when I saw that like feathers going, I was like, okay, something different, something that
Something
stands out.
this is this is the first time I'll admit this on whatever platform. Well, Matt knows.
Okay.
Like when I was watching the competition today, because I did not go to Manhunt for a specific
Oh,
reason.
you should have come. I can go on.
I did no, I didn't go because there was something that was happening or a particular person that was going to be at Manhunt that I really need to have a sit down meeting with this person because this person has been
Okay.
barring my guys from entering into the top 10 of competitions. And I'm still bitter and mad about Mr. Global last year. Still bitter and mad about it. But that's
Yeah,
for another
that's
time,
another
another venue.
topic. Well,
Huh?
that's a whole different topic. But he's doing
Yeah.
really good. He's doing well
Yeah.
in like Asia
No,
now, modeling.
he's really doing very well. But the thing is that
Yeah.
that's one of the reasons why I did not come. But
Mm.
when it comes on, what was I saying about
The suits,
the suits, right?
the big feathers,
When
the Kanda.
on that particular day, I said Matt is gonna win. But then there was another
Mm.
country that had like a lion head thing, which was really good. I don't remember who it
Which
was.
country?
Is it an Asian guy? I can't remember
Maybe
which country.
Vietnam. I don't remember, but okay.
Probably Vietnam. Probably Vietnam. But I was saying that this is the first time I'll admit it. Like when the name Canada was announced, like the tears just kept flowing. Like I couldn't
You were
stop.
emotional,
I
right?
was I was emotional. I could not stop crying because the thing is that I know how much it
Mm.
meant to Rohan. I know what it meant
Right.
to me. I know what it meant to Matt. And
Hmm.
the thing is that for Rohan being an upcoming Black Canadian designer or Black designer,
Hmm.
this is something and a big achievement for him, right?
Right.
Because we have
He deserves
designers here,
it.
but yeah, but
Hmm.
Black designers are not featured as much here.
Right.
Yeah, so like
It's a
I
bit
heard it.
surprising.
Yeah,
Uh-huh.
like I heard it. I couldn't stop crying. I cried maybe around 10 minutes straight, and I'm not a person who cries easy.
Right. But
Yeah,
that's nice. It's so sweet. Yeah, because every time I see it, once again, like a country doesn't do that burn pageantry, like not a passion country, like
yeah.
it's okay country like
And
Canada. Uh, it's always excites me, like when they get like high placement or even win, or get
yeah,
like special. It's always exciting, yeah, to see
it was
that.
exciting because even when it comes on, because like at Miss Cosmo and everything,
Mm.
I said to Matt, and this is something I'm encouraging the girls from other
Mhm.
countries that are not strong such factor countries to go. I said, when you
Yeah.
go to Manhunt, force the judges and the organizers to see you and not to
Hmm.
see you in a way where you're loud and rude and whatever the case, like,
Yeah.
somebody who happened to be in Miss Grand last year, which we all thought was a favorite, who was going to win, but I heard otherwise. Let them see you in a positive light. When you walk into the room in the morning, make sure that your outfit, your personality, everything captivates that room,
Mhm.
right? Nobody had Matt on his radar for top 10, top 20, whatever. But after that first swimsuit photo shoot,
Yeah.
he surprised everybody. The message just kept flowing, kept flowing. I'm like,
Yeah.
what do you expect? My first year
Yeah.
was a trial. My second year had to come good. As
Yeah.
the same thing I would say for all the persons. So I said, I'm so angry about this Canadian organization who has the resources,
Hmm.
but not giving the girls the training that they deserve.
Right.
They're
Yeah.
wasting these girls. And guys, too, because they have sent a couple of guys to some competition
Okay.
that like Jesus have mercy. If I can say that on YouTube, I don't know.
I might have sent some words, but like, yeah. But I know exactly which pageant you're talking about after you said the
Yeah,
previous Miss Canada. But yeah, but I think this, it really depends on the national actor. Not everyone is nice. Like not everyone cares about the representation, right? There's some
yeah,
like you, which obviously has put on the hard work, giving them training and prep. All that is great. But some of them will just like throw in the flight money. That's it,
yeah.
and
But
you do the rest.
the thing is that it's when, if you look at it, when you go to an international competition, you win or you do
Mm.
well. It only serves good for your organization and for your business. It's pageant is a
Yeah.
business. It's all
It
about
is.
making money. But if
Yeah.
you have one sponsor this year and your girl goes or your guy go and plays in the top 10, you have something next year that you can use to market yourself to corporate companies. Say, okay, this is what I did last year with $5.
Mhm.
If you give me $8 this year, I would able to do better because I have more time, more resource. I understand what I'm doing now, and I can bring business to you.
Yeah.
But when
And
you
I
don't
think
do
that's
that,
what like Miss Grand is trying to do, don't you think? Because now Noel is a businessman, right?
yeah,
Of course he is a passion owner, but he is a businessman.
he's a
He cares
businessman.
about that. He cares about that green. He's all he sees when he sees like the girls and the national actor is the green sign, the dollar sign, because he knows that in order to be successful and sustainable, you need to make money. Like you need to
Yeah,
generate money. And that's why Luciana won last year,
yeah,
because let's be honest, she is the most popular girl of the last Miss
yeah,
Grand International. She had like over a million followers,
yeah.
which means he could make money, right? He can generate profit for his organization. So I think people need to be a bit more careful
They
in
need,
place
they
of
need,
their
they need
skills.
to
Yeah.
be. And like I said, I just say it's a business, right?
Yeah.
When you select the title holder, as directors, I can say this. I don't know for anybody else. I've been doing this for 4 years,
Mhm.
and I have not made a dollar. I've not
Oh,
made
really?
$1. No,
No profit?
no profit. Because the thing is that Canada is a country where ever since I took over, with the exception of that organization who was just picking somebody, picking a beautiful guy who they think is a model, sending him without training to an international competition and
Mhm.
expect them to place. It's not going to happen.
Right.
Before I came on, before I sent Sam to Manhunt in 2022, it was 13 years a Canadian has not gone to Manhunt.
Wow, that is long.
So
That's a
it
long period.
takes a while for people to start seeing you. So I had a proper plan. I said for 4 years, it's my 4 years this year. I
Yeah.
am going to be investing from my earnings
Mhm.
with whatever the sponsors, have given. And I have to say, like 2911 Dominic has been amazing, even throughout the pandemic when I couldn't get clothes from anybody else to rent or whatever the case is.
Mhm.
This man, we approached him and he flew in a suit from Italy at his own
Oh, wow.
expense for my candidate to compete at Mr. Grand International in the
That's
pandemic.
nice. Yeah. I mean, that's generous because a lot of
Right.
people wouldn't do it. They
No,
wouldn't just
and
go away.
I
Yeah.
lift
Yeah.
my hat off to this man because if it wasn't for him and the hard work of the candidates,
Mhm.
nobody would recognize me. I still don't get the recognition, or we still don't get the recognition that we deserve from Canada in general.
Mhm.
But someday it will happen because even Matt
Will
finishing so
happen.
high at
Yeah.
Manhunt, I was not able to get Matt up until today
Mhm.
in a Canadian newspaper, in a Canadian magazine, or a television interview
Mhm.
because they don't see it that way, right? But however, if somebody is from another country, or if Matt makes it big because he's doing a lot of acting now and everything, and if he
Mhm.
moves to the US and makes it big
Yeah.
there in Hollywood, everybody's going to start claiming him as Canadian, and they're going to go
Yeah.
back to his history and say, oh, he did this and he was this and he was whatever. But
Yes.
we need those people to start believing in us, trusting in us,
Mhm.
and having some amount of investment in us. Because I am doing this out of my pocket, the sponsors, the candidates, but I'm doing this for country. I'm putting Canada
Kind of.
in another aspect of the map more than just being a friendly country, a country of smile, a country of diversity and hockey.
Right.
Yeah,
I'll give you your flowers for now. So I'll say that, yes, you've been like only what 4 years, right? Your leadership as a national actor. You have done an incredible job. You have
yeah.
sent very
Thank
diverse
you.
contestants. I feel like all your contestants don't look like the same. It's quite
No,
different. It's quite, in terms of ethnicity, the face, features, they're very different.
yeah,
Like Manhunt to Mr. Global last year, they look so different. So I'm really impressed with how, like, in terms of diversity, you're really celebrating that, right? We talk about
yeah,
Miss Universe, you're doing it as a male pageant national actor.
yeah. Because for me, the countries I represent, Canada
Mhm.
is has been for 3 years. I'm just starting to do Jamaica this year.
Right.
Canada is diverse. We have
Yes.
everybody here, and the
Yeah.
diversity is going to be reflected again this year when the
That's good.
candidates are announced. Because I have another Asian this year, another Asian
Oh, okay.
Canadian. Yeah, and
That's exciting.
When I say Asian Canadian, I can give this hint: is an Asian Canadian from Thailand who was born in Thailand.
Oh, now you get a lot of support now. If he's half Thai or even like has some kind of background with Thailand,
Yeah,
you get tons
one
of support.
One of my title holders is half Thai. Or
That's great.
should I say full Thai? Because they grew up in Thailand. I think they left Thailand maybe when they were 15.
Okay, like if you
Yeah.
live, it doesn't matter if even a year. Like if they spend a little bit of time in Thailand, you get tons of Thai supporters
Yeah.
now.
So you guys, the guy you already seen Lucas. So Lucas is the typical Canadian look.
Yeah, yeah,
Jamaica
Canadian.
would be a mixture of. I can give a hint. I'm gonna give a
Give me
hint.
a hint, but don't give me like everything. Yeah, don't spill
Okay.
the whole thing.
So think Tyson Beckford.
Yes, I know how he looks like.
Yeah.
He's iconic
So
supermodel, high
Jamaica.
cheekbones.
So
Yeah.
Manhunt Jamaica this year is a replica of Tyson Beckford.
Oh my god, that's so exciting.
Yeah.
Yes. I mean, he is probably the first one, right? Like actual supermodel, like male supermodel that I
From
can think of.
yeah,
That's,
yeah. There
like he
is.
has great face, like
Yeah. So
cheekbones. He is
it's
stunning.
it's a replica of Tyson Beckford. We also have another one to Orain Barrett. It's a replica of those two.
Wow. Okay,
Yeah.
now Jamaica. I feel like you're finally getting to the map, at least for male pageantry. Like
Yeah.
you said before, they're like kind of there, but female
Yeah.
were they were doing it, but like male pageantry, we're getting to the map. So yeah, you're doing a good job. Okay,
Yeah.
just
So
want you to know that.
the diversity will be there. The typical person that the Canadians are looking for, and when I say a typical Canadian to a male pageant from Canada, everything. Matt had not one negative comment, not one. But the other
Right.
guys, it was pretty difficult. He was pretty difficult.
Yeah.
Rodell was pretty difficult. But the good thing about those guys,
Huh.
in the competition, they paid no attention. He just laughed. They paid no attention to anything that
I was
anybody said
talking to him
negative.
getting Mr. Global. I was like, "How is everything going?" He was like, "Actually, people are loving me, and especially
Yeah,
in Thailand."
yeah,
They're like, "Yeah, it's a big thing. I look like a Korean, like K-pop idol." So
yeah.
he was actually
K-pop.
enjoying every moment.
Yeah,
Yeah,
they enjoyed every moment, with the exception of how they were treated by the organization.
yeah,
Yeah, and
I agree.
that's the only sad part about it
Mhm.
with the organization. Yeah,
Okay, we're almost to the end, so let's
yeah,
skip quickly. Okay, so
yeah.
Malaysia, it's giving me very Miss Grand. So, like, do you think it's a good dress? What do you think?
I don't like it. The hair is
You don't
nice. The
like it?
face is nice. I don't like the gown. There's something about the bottom half.
Do you think it's too heavy? Like the
It's
bottom,
too.
like the top part is quite
That's
simple,
it. That
but the
that is
bottom
it. The
part is
bottom
like
half
a
of the
lot of
gown is too
design.
heavy.
Yeah.
The
Also,
bottom
I
half is
noticed
too heavy.
Malaysia is a really great country in terms of diversity. They have like Chinese, Indian, Malay, and like some mixed people. So I like that they are always celebrating diversity. So that's one thing I would give them the flowers they deserve. And yeah, but the
Yeah.
gown is not my favorite,
No,
unfortunately.
the gown is bottom heavy. I don't like the bottom.
Okay, we're skipping Malaysia then.
Yeah, I want to see
We're,
Philippines.
we're, we're skipping this way. Let's go to Philippines directly now because
I want to see
it's taking
Philippines.
way too long.
I
Oh,
want to
I
see
want to see
Philippines and
New
Venezuela.
Zealand. Do you know who New Zealand is? She was Miss Universe New Zealand. Okay, after this one. And there is a fun fact. She was technically kicked out from Miss Universe. So I want
I
to
heard
see her.
that.
Frankie, this one. Okay. What do you think of her performance? Her name is
Ooh,
Frankie. She's half Filipino. It's a very yeah, you can tell she's Filipino because the styling is like the
yeah.
Miss Philippines.
The
Like,
styling is Filipino. The walk is very Miss Philippines.
yeah, face is pretty, like gorgeous, like this part. Do you like her performance? What do you think?
I like her. I like her performance. But there's something about the bottom half of the gown that to me is making her walk a little weird.
Do you think maybe it's a bit too long for her? Because I noticed that
I
the
think that is
hem.
it. Yeah, I
We can
think
go
that
back.
is.
You can see it's a
Yeah,
bit
go back.
awkward. Yeah, look at it. You can see it's quite long. It looks like the heel is like getting stuck with the hem of the.
That is
Maybe
it.
that's
That is it.
yeah.
Yeah.
But I will say this is gorgeous. Okay, the face card is giving 100, but I think the performance is maybe like 60 or 70 because there is some struggle, at
Yeah.
least with the gown. Maybe it's too long for her, or maybe she needs the fitting is not correct. But I expected a bit more. I'll be honest, because she's being trained by the Team Philippines,
Yeah.
right?
I
And we
expect.
know that Philippines like this
I
in
expect.
pageantry.
Give me 1 second
Yeah,
again. Pause. Let's pause again. 1 second. I have to just grab something outside. 1 second.
New Zealand is she's stunning, right? But I think
She's
maybe change the gown for the finals. Maybe a different
Yeah,
gown.
I would definitely change the gown for the finals because she's clearly having some challenges walking in this gown. I don't know what it is. I don't know if there's a shoe or if it's the hemline of the dress. She's clearly having some problems there.
Yeah, but beautiful regardless. So
Yeah.
we're going to let's go for what do we have? Peru. I want to see Peru.
Yeah.
Nicaragua. Skip. You know, Peru is another country I always look at.
Ooh,
I feel like
who is
they always.
this?
Wait, you want to see this one, right? Okay.
Yeah.
This
Who
is
is that?
Nigeria.
Okay.
Let's go back. Do you like Nigeria? What do you think of her? She's
I
wearing the
don't like.
color, similar color
I
to the
like. I
previous one.
think it's the color of the dress and the styling of the hair that caught my attention.
Pretty.
Yeah, she's pretty.
Okay, let's see properly. Her name is Blessing. So she probably has good luck. Blessing. Yeah, the color looks really good on her skin tone against the
The
dark
color looks
skin.
good. The color looks good on her.
Yeah, nice.
Like the
Okay,
color.
we're going to the next one. So sorry, Pakistan. We're going to Peru. So
Yeah.
this is Peru. So Peru is another fan favorite. A lot of people love her. I just want to see
Yeah.
how she performs.
I like her.
I like the asymmetrical of the gown. You see, one side has a sleeve, one does not.
One doesn't.
So
Yeah. I think it balances because the slit is on the other side. Because sometimes when you wear gowns, like when ladies wear gowns like that, they have like sleeves on either side and then a long slit. It kind of
yeah.
detracts from it.
I like it, yeah. And also I really like that she didn't overdo the makeup because sometimes, Latin girls love the contour, like they love to do like really harsh makeup. So I like this more soft, more
Yeah.
demure, like being very mindful about the styling aspect, even though it's really quite risque, like the outfit she's wearing, but it's kind of makes sense in the end. Like you said,
That's
it
it.
balances. Yeah. I think it looks very nice.
Yeah, it looks good. I like it.
Going to the next one, who is actually the biggest fan favorite, I guess, would be the Philippines. Let's see her. Oh, interesting. She's going for a very unconventional gown. Not something I would expect from Philippines.
No.
It's kind of like Oksana
Who's it?
Fedorova, right? The
Yeah.
Russian one, Miss
Yeah.
Universe.
Who is the director of Philippines? Jonas?
Jonas, the Miss Universe Philippines has the
Yeah.
franchise. So, what do you think of her performance? I can go back.
I don't know. The gown is distracting.
It's blending into the background. Is it just me, or is
Yeah.
the color? It's
No,
the
no, no.
same color as the background.
No, the gown is blending into the background.
I wish it was white, similar to Oksana. Do you remember the Russian girl who won Miss Universe? It's
Yeah. I
almost the
remember.
same empire line, like not doesn't have much shape to it, but it's quite like flowy and more
Yeah.
regal. I wish she was a different color. It's a bit disappointing. I was looking forward to this.
Sorry, Philippines. I know she's gonna
Yeah,
play, but change the gown for the finals, please.
she will place really high, but the gown is not doing it for me.
Yeah.
It's
No.
yeah, it's really unfortunate because she's so beautiful. I had like really high expectation before going into this.
No, I don't like hair. Like hair is distracting. The face is beautiful.
Mm.
I don't know what's this. I don't understand.
Yeah, I think it's leaves, golden leaves, maybe something to do with the country, but
Yeah,
the
but
gown for me is
the
it's
gown
not
is
doing
not
it.
flattering. No,
And we're
like
talking
the
about the
silhouette,
Philippines. Come
like the
on.
silhouette, everything about it, it's not flattering.
Yeah, and when you're talking about pageant, Philippines probably like the number one in Asia, right? Like they're always sending like the high quality gowns, contestants. I feel contestant is great, but the gown is not that
Not
good.
that great. No.
Kind of like, it's like we want it to be great, but it's kind of holding us back. It's like,
Yeah.
it's like kind of holding like, should we go
But
there? Or like, no. Yeah.
sorry, Philippines, I love you, but no, the gown is not doing it for me. Change for the finals, please.
Please change it
Yeah,
because I think like
please.
this will
Yeah.
hinder her
Come
from
with
winning the
something
crown.
drop dead gorgeous in the finals. It's not going to do it.
Maybe it's a strategy. Filipino loves to play games.
It's a,
Maybe it's a
it's a,
strategy.
it's a strategy. I'm hoping her prelim scores will be strong enough. Well, she's gonna make it anyway. She's Philippine, so let's not
She'll
even say.
make it
Yeah,
regardless. Yeah, the same final she'll like make it. It depends on how she does in the finals. Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah, it's a bit disappointing.
yeah.
Okay, we're going to the next one. We're skipping Poland. Let's see Thailand. We haven't talked about her yet. Portugal. Is that Puerto Rico? This is your favorite, right? Puerto Rico.
Yeah,
So
that's
what do you
Puerto
think?
Rico. Yeah,
She's wearing the classic pageant gown, silver with the strapless.
with the starters. She's strong.
She's giving us expressions.
Yeah, she has
I
a
think it's
different
okay.
compare.
What do you think? Do you like it? The
I like it,
performance?
but I wanted a better gown.
Hmm. It's giving me Miss Colombia. And did you notice we didn't see Miss Colombia? Something happened. She was in
Exactly.
Vietnam, but she
Yeah.
didn't compete in the prelims. Something
No.
happened to Miss Colombia.
Yeah.
Maybe Rafa knows. I'll talk to him tomorrow about this. But I think he knows. He's texting me like, "Did you notice there's no Colombia?" I was like, "Oh yeah,
Yeah.
Colombia is like the like what do you call it, the ketchup
Yeah. Yeah.
in a plate. You need to have Colombia. Like, where is Miss Colombia?"
You need to have Colombia and Venezuela.
Yeah, those two. Like, I don't really mind about other countries. Like, those two should be in every pageant
Yeah,
because they have stunning
you
women.
have to
Yeah.
have Colombia and Venezuela.
So I
No.
don't know where she went. Yeah, to Puerto Rico, pretty good, but for me, it's a bit
Pretty
safe.
yeah, the gown is too safe. It's a safe choice.
Yeah. Okay. Please, Thailand, wear a good gown. Oh, by the way, okay, I have a very controversial thing I have to say about this one. They have two Russian contestants. How do you feel about this?
Why?
Okay, apparently one of them is Crimea. I don't know if it's the blonde one or the brunette one. One of them is from Crimea, which is technically a territory of Russia, but they're not giving her the opportunity to wear that as a sash. So both of them have to wear Russia as a sash. So how do you feel about having two girls with the same
No.
sash?
No, I'm sorry. If Crimea is recognized as a country or a territory, they should
Mhm.
wear the sash. Or treat it like the Olympics. Don't give her a
Mm.
name. Don't give her a country.
Yeah, you see, the both of them, it's same name, Russia. So for me,
No.
this is a bit of issue. I don't like when international pageant allows two contestants from same country
Yeah.
because that's not fair, right? Like I think
It's not.
everyone should have a fair chance.
Yeah, it's not
Yeah,
fair.
I don't like this.
I'm looking.
Okay,
I'm looking for a charger, but there's no charger here. My battery's on 15%. It's not charging. Shucks.
okay, we're almost to the end.
Yeah. I think you can
uh,
go.
okay, let's go to Thailand if you see her.
Let's go to
Where is
Thailand. Yeah.
she? She's pretty too. This one, South Africa, really pretty hair.
Yeah.
Uh,
She's doing Abina with that big hair.
Oh yeah, I see a beat up because of the hairstyle. Okay. Oh, something happened. Did you see our train just left?
Yeah.
Gone. Oh
Yeah.
no,
The
it
Velcro is not
happens.
strong. The Velcro is not strong enough.
It happens, right? Like this life stage. Yeah, things happen. Okay, skip this one.
Is
Come
this
on.
Thailand?
No, this is Spain.
No.
Tana's not going to see a white girl. She's Caucasian.
No, because
Yeah.
the silhouette of this gown is very Antonia or
Oh
Antonia,
yeah.
or what is pronounced
The
her name.
styling is very.
Yeah.
Yeah, the styling is very Antonia. Yeah, pretty. So it's kind of like seeing it. So. Okay, I think next one hopefully is. No, that's not it.
Yeah.
But the Tanzania has a lot of supporters, so it's nice to see an African country getting some love. She's the number one in the public choice at the moment. So
She's
like people are
pretty.
voting for her.
She is
Yeah,
pretty. Yeah, but she needs a little bit more energy in her face now.
agreed.
You
Yeah,
can't
it's a
just
bit less.
rely on the physical beauty without the face transitioning.
Mm.
Yeah.
And also her walk is giving me very much like
Oh.
a
And
teen
then
pageant. Yeah.
exactly. So what I was about to say. And the styling of the hair is very teen pageant, very Miss
Mm.
Teen USA.
I can see her Miss Teen. Okay, finally. Okay, this is Thailand. So she's giving us like a salsa dancer with the fringe on the bottom. I mean, she's
Mm,
pretty.
I don't love the gown.
The gown is yeah, it's like giving salsa. Like she's like a
Yeah,
dancer.
it's I would have loved something with a little bit more length for her, but then that's
I
my
like the face, but
it,
because she's small, she's like 5'6". I think the gown should be different. At least the front part should be different because
yeah.
it will make her look longer or
Uh,
taller, like give
yeah.
her illusion of looking like she's like 5'10", even though she's 5'6". But yeah, I think the I don't know.
Because the other thing too, with her being shorter, if you
Mm.
cut the gown at a certain level, it's even gonna make her shorter, in my opinion.
Yeah, that's it. Right, the front part
Yeah,
is making her look shorter than how
really
she
shorter.
is.
Yeah,
Yeah. But I like the face. The styling is good. It's just the front part of the dress could be better. It's a
yeah.
bit not
The
not
color
balanced.
choices of the dress I like too, but it could have had a little bit more. There's a little bit more, I think, at the bottom, and as we mentioned about the length of it.
Yeah, I think if it's like fully covered with no like slit at the front, I think it will look a lot better because the colors are great. The color looks good on her. It looks good. Like she's a good performer, but it's not my favorite. Like I've
No,
seen better gowns from Thailand.
yeah, it's not my favorite. I've seen better.
Yeah. Okay, we're going to Venezuela straight away. So we're skipping a lot of them. Ukraine. By the USA is an interesting one. I feel like she gives me Miss USA contestant the way she performs.
Yeah.
What do you think?
I think USA is also Magali. I think it's the same national director for Dominican Republic.
It's possible because
Yeah,
her walk is really good. So I'm
yeah.
guessing it's the same.
I think it's the same person.
Very confident.
Yeah,
Like nothing phases her. The gown is good. Even though it has a slit at the front, it looks good on her body. She looks tall. She must be like 6 foot.
yeah. She's tall.
Yeah. I like USA. I think she'll place.
Yeah,
Gown
her.
looks good.
I need to check
Performance
if
is good.
I need to check if Magali is her director because her walk is very Magali-esque. Like she has a
Mhm.
specific kind of walk.
Yeah, even the posing and the turn she's doing, it's quite smooth.
Yeah,
So
it's good.
I'm
USA is good.
USA is in our list. Okay. I think this is Venezuela. Let's double check.
Oh
Yeah,
no,
that's Venezuela, right? Let me double check. Yeah, that's her. Okay, let's go back a bit. What do you think of Venezuela's gown?
no.
Again, the silver, strapless, it's kind of like Miss Colombia styling that's been going
No.
on for like 10
I
years
ex-
now.
I expect better from Venezuela. I've seen this
Yeah,
done before. I've seen this here before. No, I expect better Venezuela now.
yeah. I mean, she'll place because she's from
Still
Venezuela,
plays
but
this in
I
Venezuela,
think
but the thing is that do you want to just play it safe? Do you want to just barely make the semifinals, or do you want to make the semifinals high scores?
obviously you want to place in top five. Like that's the goal, right? To hold the
Yeah,
microphone.
yeah. You want to go into the preliminary knowing that listen, I did my best. Oh, sorry,
Right.
you want to go into the finals knowing that
Finals. Yeah.
you killed the preliminary, so you don't have to worry about not
Mm,
hearing your name on that day.
mm,
Because it's not a nice feeling to be standing in the back knowing that you did your best and you
mhm.
don't hear your country call.
Yeah, I'm a bit sad. I think
Yeah.
they're playing it too safe. Like a lot of the countries are kind of going for the same silhouette, same style of gowns, which is not helping them because a
No.
lot of them are doing the same, and it's not working for me.
And it goes back
Okay,
to what I
last
said. It goes back to what I
sorry.
said earlier on. Sorry. It goes back to what I said earlier on. When you have, no matter what country you are, and you have the same gown, yes, because you're a
Right.
Sash factor, you might make it, your performance is good. But for those girls, because I've seen this kind of silhouette, this kind of nude illusion impact on other
Silver, yeah,
countries, those
yeah.
girls are going to be lost because Venezuela, just the name Venezuela alone, it's going to say something.
Hmm. Yeah, I think it's really unfortunate.
Yeah.
It is what it is. Okay, the last one we'll talk about for today will be the host country, which is Vietnam. So
Yeah,
let's
let's
see.
see Vietnam.
Okay, the styling's interesting.
The
It's kind
style
of
is interesting.
futuristic,
Yeah.
like this, the air cuff she's giving us. Like Vietnam always has good gowns, so I think it's okay. Like it's not my favorite, but it's not the worst. Like I like the this part.
Yeah,
This waist up.
I like from the waist down. Here, there's something here. I don't like here.
You don't like this, the
Yeah,
neck
I
piece,
don't like this here. No.
like the choker. Yeah.
Yeah, the choker is fine. That part I like, but the fringe that comes from the bustier area,
Oh yeah, like this part. Right,
yeah, it's
right.
kind of distracting from because you looking here, you're seeing all this fanning out. Then you have movements here, then you have movements there. I don't like the movements at the bustier.
Right.
Yeah,
I will say I like her styling. It's
the
almost like an
styling is
alien,
nice.
especially this, like the jewelry she has, and like the neck, the necklace. It's kind of giving me like outer space, like ET, and I'm into it. I think she looks good, but yeah, like but we know that she's going to place, host country.
Yeah, she's
Yeah,
gonna place, and she has. I know she has a better gown for the final, but that's
yeah,
only
of
my
course, yeah,
opinion. That's just my drawback on the gown is just the movements at the bustier here because it's kind of
yeah,
distracting from everything else that's going on up here and everything else that's going on down there.
yeah.
And with
But
so
she's
much movement
confident
in
though.
the dress, with so much
Hmm.
movement in the fringe of the dress, I don't think
Hmm.
you need all that cape.
Yeah, I was going to say if she gets rid of the fabric, the back
Yeah,
part, the tape, it looks so much nicer.
yeah, it will look so much nicer.
But I
If
will say
you-
she's confident, and I feel like they'll place her in like top 10.
Yeah,
Vietnam loves to give us drama, so I feel like she'll be placed in top 10.
she will.
Yeah. Okay, so that was it. So who is your winner? Let's go to among all the girls you saw. Who do you think will win? So the finals is I think on this 5th. Let me double check, but I think it's okay. It's on the 5th. Yes. So 2 days
Yeah.
from now is the
I,
final. Who do you think is going to crown?
it's a toss up for me. Which well, it's a three-way toss up between Puerto Rico. I like Peru and Thailand, and I can't sleep on the Philippines. Those are mine. I don't have a clear
Okay.
winner, but those are mine.
Okay. So looking at this, I actually had Colombia in my top five, but she dropped out, I think, or something happened, so she's not there. So I have to
Yeah.
rethink now as the replacement. So I really like Philippine. I know that this is not the best she's giving, but I think she has something as a backup
Yeah,
plan. I think
she
this
has
is just
something in she
I
has
think this
something
is a
in reserve.
strategy.
It's a
Yeah,
strategy with it's always a
I feel
strategy
like
with
there's this,
Philippines.
like, when you like start this like at a lower level and she goes like a wow gap for the finals, we're like, okay, that's exciting. Like that's
Yeah,
interesting. I feel like this is the game they're playing. So
yeah.
just for that, I'll give Philippines one place. I really liked what was the other one? USA. Like I feel
USA.
like
Oh
USA
yeah, I
beat
forgot
them.
about USA. Yeah.
I also really liked Ghana, the one with the African hair,
The
right?
African
Is
here,
it
yeah.
Ghana? Yeah, I like Ghana too.
But the thing is though, if they have cosmetic brands as their
Hmm,
sponsor,
they will
the
have it.
Asians'
Yeah.
cosmetic brands are not appealing to people of color, so she might not win.
Oh, maybe top five then. They will put her
Yeah,
as a
maybe top
finalist,
five.
but they
Yeah.
will not win.
Because
Who else did I like?
it depending on also who the big sponsors are. Because if your sponsors, said this doesn't work for my brand because of what I'm promoting, that person is not gonna
Mhm.
make it, no matter how strong they are.
That is true. I
Yeah.
also like Japan. I don't know if you like Japan, but like Japan is quite interesting. I don't know if she
Yeah,
will
Japan was
win.
interesting. No.
I feel like she will place, and I like to see a bit of diversity. So like I think it's interesting to see a black girl, like like dark skinned Japanese girl. So that's oh, and New Zealand. That's my top five. I had
Yeah.
Colombia, New Zealand. I know we didn't like her gown. Her performance was a bit stiff, but I think New Zealand will be in top five.
But then again, it's Colombia. Colombia, Philippines, Venezuela, you can't sleep on them. It's like
Yeah,
getting a Miss India
yeah,
into a top five of a competition. You know she's gonna talk her way out of it.
yes,
Okay, you let an Indian get in, and you are not a
yeah,
strong your Q&A is not strong.
yeah.
Just kiss your
Game
chance of
over.
that title goodbye. You have to make sure that
Yeah.
whatever scores you're coming from the other rounds
Uh
is
huh.
higher than what she has, because she's gonna talk
Yeah.
her way out.
Oh, and Indonesia is the last one I top five because
Yeah,
yeah, Indonesia I think will be in top five because first she's a fan favorite. Number two, she actually did really good. Her performance was quite effortless, and also we really like the gown. So
yeah.
those are my top five. So thank you for being part of my podcast. I had a
Thank
really
you.
like nice
I
time
had a
talking to
really
you.
good time too. Yeah,
We talked for 2 hours. It was quite long. So
yeah.
I hope it wasn't too much for you like to
No,
kick
no, no,
off.
no. It was fine for me because I'm off today, so everything is well, and I'm like at 7% of my battery because I thought this thing was a charge, but it's not.
Okay. So
Yeah,
guys, make sure to follow him on the social media. So I put it on the description of this video and also the comment section. So go follow him. He's the national director for the Manhunt International Canada, right? And
yeah.
Jamaica
And
too.
Jamaica. Yeah.
So and he'll be announcing the Jamaican candidate at the end of this month. So please follow him on his social media.
Okay.
Is there
Thank
anything you'd
you.
like to say in the end?
I'm sorry.
Is there anything you'd like to say in the end? Like any message, anything
No,
like
just basically, thank you guys. Just look out for my guys and look out for my organization. Give me good support, Misters of Canada. And I love everybody. And I just encouraging the male competitions to
Mhm.
oh, to stop following and copying the females and create your own unique style and be good at what you do. And pay your title holders, please.
Yes, please pay the designers, pay everyone who's
Yeah,
working on the team. Yeah, no
yeah,
one wants to work for free.
yeah.
So saying that, guys, I was lovely talking to our national actor from Canada, Staffan, and like I think we had a great banter. I feel like we talked quite a
We
lot.
did.
So please, if you're watching until this time, thank you. Also subscribe to this YouTube channel and like, comment, and share this video too. So saying that, thank you so much for watching. I'll see you guys in the next podcast in episode 3. So bye bye.
All right, bye guys.